And we're live, except for Panda, who will be here in a couple minutes, supposedly. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Glib Revenge episode, minus Glib for now. He'll be here, I promise. But anyway,
am I tiny already? How did this happen?
To be fair, I think it's just because I didn't fix it yet. That's on me. I'll make it. I mean, it's all gonna change once Panda gets here, but I'll balance it as best I can.
Yeah. Yes, I am back. Hello,
yes,
everyone.
Momo is back. Her perfect attendance record is gone,
Ooh.
but she did go back and listen to the episode, which is more than most people do when they're gone for a week, so we can't fault her too much, which is fair, I guess.
And I have questions no, I don't have notes. I have questions. So definitely have questions for Nathan, who had this amazing character of Specs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All of this lore, like literally, like he sent me his lore document. It's two like
I have that doc as well pulled up in front of me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I tried my best.
I love that character so much. Like, I don't want Goodman to die, but I also want him to die so you can play.
Hey, look, unless Glib kills one of you, which is entirely, or one of the. I mean, how many people saw last week's? Everyone's saying Power Rangers in the chat. It's not like it's a spoiler at this point. Everyone said it. Oh, also our main feed's off. Hold on, let me turn that back on. It was broken, so I turned it off, and now it's fixed again. Yeah, it's gonna be a time. This is really just Matt makes Power Rangers jokes for 3 hours episode, but I think it's gonna be very enjoyable.
Yeah, and I want to thank Eli for bringing the chaos I was unable to bring.
Yes.
With
shooting a hole in a classroom wall with a cannon.
It was really Yosemite Sam, and I dug it so much. Even down to like shooting himself up with the gun. Like he nailed it.
It was very good. It was very good. The guest stars have been so consistently good, which makes me very happy. Yeah. Like there has not been a guest star that I have been that I have regretted in any sense. Everyone that we've gotten on is so good.
Yeah. That's the nice part about having a bunch of TikTok friends, where it's like they'll have a good personality because they have followers, and so they'll be good.
The true test.
The true test.
Yep.
Well, since everyone, not except Panda's here, but the audience is here, so we should probably plug our stuff.
Yeah, let's plug the stuff while we're waiting for Panda to get his windshield fixed. He said. I mean, he's driving back from it. We don't have to wait for him to get his windshield fixed. Thank God.
Correct.
It is ridiculous.
But a lot of you know this. We have a podcast, and it's on basically every platform you could stream a podcast. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're Google Podcasts, on radio, whatever. It's not Radio Shack, it's Radio something. But if you happen to use that platform, we're there.
We are. We're on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I have put a link to. I have put a link to it in the chat for everybody who wants to go look there. Oh, also, everyone's saying happy 1 year of streaming. Thank you, everybody. For those who don't know,
it's tomorrow. 1 year?
No, me personally. Me personally. Yeah, tomorw.
We've been playing for
my first stream on here.
So
my first stream on here was a year from tomorrow. So we're 364 days. But yeah, that's for me specifically. I don't remember when we started this. I need to look.
I think we started. Actually, you know what? We started April 1st.
Oh, you're right, because everyone thought it was a bit.
Everyone thought it was a
bit. Yeah, and then I remember we scheduled it and then we waited no one noticed it for a week, and then we were like, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't start on April 1st, and then we did anyway, and it was fine. So we still got quite a bit to go there.
We did. Oh yeah, if you click that link to our podcast,
is that notable TikToker Panda Red?
Hello.
It is. Oh my God.
I was fulfilling the necessary steps to be angry for the session, so I got stuck in traffic for an hour.
Yeah,
so.
Your camera's so small. Let me see. I don't know why it's tiny. Normally yours is fine. But apparently, to make you even angrier, your camera's going to be the problem child this week.
It's gotta be.
We'll see. We'll see how I can balance it. I'll do my best, as I usually do. Thank you to the people subbing, by the way. I keep seeing subs go by, but the chat's going pretty fast. Anyway, now that Panda's here, and this is kind of, a Glib episode, not a specific Glib episode, but if you saw last week's episode, you know why. Speaking of last week's episode, does anyone want to take the recap, which is extra important because that last week's episode was technically not in the main series. So, anyway, I feel like I feel like we could make Panda cover it because that makes the most sense. But
yeah,
okay, yeah, we'll force Panda to do it. We'll force Panda to do it.
I'm the only one. I'm the one who has to know what happened last session.
That's also fair. Your character was the only one who was there, so.
Yeah. Okay. So last week was the origin of Glib, and we saw how he got turned into the little frogman that he was, which because Matt is a psychopath, decided to make it a Power Rangers episode.
It was me dunking on Harry Potter and making Power Rangers jokes for 3 hours.
That was the whole thing.
Great.
That was the whole episode.
And it's going to be that again this week.
It's going to be lovely. Essentially, Glib joined the Magic College and was roomed with, was it four? Was it four other people?
4 others.
Yeah, 4 others, who all ended up finding this secret library in the college that housed miraculously multicolored spell books that all had. What's that?
It's wild. I said it's crazy how that worked out.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It's insane. Everyone else accepted their book that was calling to them, other than Glib, who immediately went, "I'm bad news. I shouldn't be doing this," and tried to dip. And then the dickhead sociopath of a professor punished him when the book literally called him back. Glib denied it twice and then was pulled back to it. Just because that's how the story had to continue. and then he was punished by the professor by turning him into the Frogman and being sent out into the world. And the last thing that we saw was a flash forward to this session where all 4 of his roommates, who don't know that he is a frog now, by the way, have been turned into essentially the Power Rangers and have come to stop us now that all of us have teleported into this college on a horse.
I would call them legally distinct Power Rangers, but let's be honest, I'm operating under parody law here, so we're just gonna make it work like that. But yeah, and then this is sort of, last week's episode was a break point, a flashback, and then the week before, they had just gotten out of the Death Realm into the Earth Realm, which is where they met Nikhil's new character, who is king of the 6 mile wide world. As far as he would describe it, at the very least. I don't know why the cameras are bouncing around more than usual.
No, he would describe it as king of the world.
That's true.
The entire world.
King of everything.
King of the world, which happens to be 6 miles in diameter. And then they got out of that realm through the help of Dream into the Order Realm, where they met the newly ascended Friday, who is now the god of fate. Yes, there's a horse god. And then by riding Friday through what I basically described as a magical particle accelerator, they were able to get out of the Order Realm and appeared in the courtyard of the Bowenberg Magic Academy, which is where Glib went to school. Oh, and they also have the god of metal with them as well. They picked up the god of metal in the Earth Realm. His name is Barry. He's at Warforged. He's pretty chill. He's kind of just been...
Unfortunate bastard got turned into a statue.
Yeah. He's kind of just been vibing with them for now. We'll see if he has anything going on. But yeah, you guys have just sort of burst out of the Order Realm very dramatically, riding this glowing white horse that's big enough to carry all of you. We'll actually flash back a little bit. I said that you see the Rangers when you appear. But I'll give you a second, sort of amongst yourselves, to figure out what's going on. So we will start there. You have just arrived in the Magic Academy on top of Friday. Begin. I have to text you your god powers. I forgot about that. I'll do that as we go.
Do we see the Rangers?
Yeah. Let's say they'll appear in a second, because I kind of did that as I tacked that on to the end.
So we're just in the...
You're in the main courtyard in front of the biggest sort of administration gathering building. There are people staring at you, students, professors, faculty, just kind of jaws dropped as you ride in on this majestic glowing horse.
I see how people are dressed, and I see the room I'm in, and just, oh, motherfucker.
Oh, by the way,
what is wrong?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think anyone else has any reason to recognize this place other than Glib.
We're on a... Right?
Why the fuck would we put us here?
We're here.
Excellent work, place. Friday.
Friday just kind of nods to Goodbid. He's just, I must go now, but I'm sure our paths will cross again. And then, really, before like anyone can say anything else, she kind of like she kind of like nuzzles like the side of Goodbid's head as a sign of affection, then runs back through the portal and vanishes again.
Bye, Friday. See you later.
Excellent.
I'm completely. I don't even look at Friday leaving. I would. All right. What? Can I remember? I don't remember the name. What was the teacher's name?
When you say the teacher, I'm assuming you mean the one that froggened you, Garrock.
Yeah. Garrock. Okay. The first thing I do is I grab some random student on the side and I go, "Is Garrock still here?"
You're just grabbing like the first person that you see. I guess I should.
First person.
Okay, we're gonna roll to see like what school they're in and if they even care. First person. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm deciding randomly. They're like, I don't know. I'm just a freshman. I'm not sure. Who is that?
Horseman, is he here?
I don't know. A horseman. They seem genuinely confused.
Got it. I just toss him to the side. Glib has already started on the I know where I am. I need to find this motherfucker.
Glib, you are acting so crazy. What is going on here?
What's the big idea?
Completely ignoring them. I am looking for somebody in the actual school that Garrock was in.
Garrock was, I believe, I mean, he was wearing purple. I know I described him next. That was one of the references, but I believe he was blue. So you can find faculty blue. That seems to be in the wizard school.
Cool. First wizard person I see, fucking immediately point him. You! Is Garrock here?
The person you point at is a professor, because the professor's dressed in kind of, clothes that you can tell are from that section of the academy. And it kind of pause for a second, just processing a lot of things at once that have happened in the past 10 seconds in this courtyard. He goes,
"Yeah.
Why would you need to know that?"
I want to immediately jump on top of him and say, "Answer the question!"
I guess dexterity, like acrobatics check to see if you can do that.
I can jump 25.
Well, this is more to see if this person dodges. Remember, you're jumping on like a. Okay,
22.
I mean, yeah, I'll give him a roll, but that's probably pretty. Yeah, okay. This professor, despite probably being skilled enough to handle these sorts of situations, was not expecting this frogman with a 25-foot horizontal leap to just tackle him from across the courtyard. So you just jumped him and said, like, "Where is he?" Shouted that.
Yeah. Answer the question.
Okay. So, I don't have to tell what is going on here. I don't have to tell you anything. Why are you coming to attack the school? I'm not.
I go up behind Glib to give him like advantage on whatever intimidation check he's about to make. And I'm just like this faceless being behind him. I'm sure this person has not witnessed that before.
Faceless being behind Panda, much like your camera is in the stream right now. Let me fix that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Anyway.
You heard the man. Answer the question.
Yeah, I'm not going to start chokeholding the guy, but I am very obviously staring at him with murderous intent at this point. If he doesn't answer, I'm gonna kill him. It's to that level.
After sort of a couple seconds of this, the professor doesn't seem to be backing down. It seems that, whoever you found was, they're capable enough in their magic skills, but right as, one of you is about to do something, you hear like a clicking sound from behind you, Glib.
Drop the guy instantly. I'm not moving, but I let go.
Okay, so you drop the guy. Do you do anything else, or are you just kind of?
No, I'm making sure what I'm registering is real. I am uncharacteristically quiet and still at this point.
Uncharacteristic. So you hear this clicking sound, and then you hear a voice from behind you go, "I'm gonna need you to drop that guy and put your hands above your head."
Not what I thought it was. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Respect.
Slow turn. I want to go. I want to look him dead in the face. It's just slow turn.
Big old cannon.
Yeah, you turn and you see two figures that you don't immediately recognize, more because they are wearing like full helmets that are very, bright, shiny colored with black visors over top of them. There's actually several of them, but the two that are closest to you are both quite short. Though it seems, there's one in pink that seems to be some sort of goblin. That was the one that just spoke. And there also is, it takes you a second to process exactly who the red one is, because you realize that he's like a dwarf gnome, something like that. Also, I'm trying to fix Nikhil's camera, but it's breaking very badly. There we go. A dwarf gnome, something like that. But whatever suit he is wearing seems to have some sort of leg extenders to add to his height. And this is the one that is pointing a streamlined version of a weapon that you recognize directly at you. It is much more sleek, again, bright red, matching this figure's armor.
Glib has had nightmares of this gun.
And I guess you said that you don't recognize the armor. Like, the gun is the only thing that you kind of vaguely recognize. I'm gonna say that was enough.
Could I piece together who this was by the fact that it's...
Yeah,
all right.
You can probably piece together.
Glib know who this is?
You don't recognize them immediately, but if you think that you would recognize, visually they're covered.
It's been a good couple of years, but these are the only human outside of this group. These are the only human people I've interacted with. Humanoid people I've interacted with.
And of course, behind them a little bit farther are a woman in a yellow suit and a much larger figure in a green suit that are kind of standing there, arms crossed. Everyone else, Glib's kind of wrapped up in this. Everyone else, you don't recognize these figures, but at their very sudden appearance, like they kind of just materialized out of thin air, you notice like a whisper kind of go through the bystanders watching. They seem very excited at the appearance of whoever these people are.
Can I look at the gun aiming straight at me, and I want to look straight at the figure, and just not leaning on to who I am, just go, I can promise you don't want to do that.
The pink one speaks up. The pink one seems to want to do more of the talking in this scenario and goes, we really don't. We would love to resolve this peacefully if that was an option here. If you can just put that man down, we can handle this like civilized people.
How hard is it putting the glasses in that helmet, bud?
While the figure's face is obviously covered by the helmet, you can kind of tell from the body language that has it confused him a little bit, but doesn't say anything. Just kind of like tilts head slightly. The red one is still pointing the gun directly at you and seems a little antsy to pull the trigger, much unlike the pink one.
If this wasn't, that gun would have gone off.
I know.
It would have been.
I'm gonna look straight back.
Bang.
I know. I'm gonna look straight back at BB and go, do they make you shave to put on this?
The same sort of thing goes by. You can see the trigger finger twitch a little bit before the pink one kind of puts a hand to his arm. Like, calm down. We don't need to go to that. Let's gather information about the situation before we do anything rash.
He's had some anger management over the few years
that it's been. We have to escalate these situations, remember? And you hear kind of a
really
grumble.
Wants to escalate the situation.
A grumble from the red. Hey, you can do it. You're all. This is not just the Glib episode. Last week's was the Glib episode. You were involved.
Yell at him. I want to yell at everyone. Relax. I am your king. Everything is okay now. You can lower the gun.
Are you making is that like are you trying to do a persuasion check, or are you just saying that?
I'm just stating them.
He fully believes that. That's all this is.
You know what? Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Upon hearing this, the green one kind of turns confused and walks over to you. Just goes, "Did you just say you're the king?"
Yes.
Look, dude, we don't have a king here. I'm not sure where you're from, but we don't do that here.
Pardon me, where exactly is here, gentlemen?
I also want to point out before we get into all of this, remember how I was death staring Nikhil's character last episode?
Yeah.
Well, 2 episodes ago? I can't hear any of this. It's Homelander tinnitus right now. I'm death staring all 4 of them.
I mentally go into Glib's mind and I'm just like, Glib, you know these people?
Not good enough roll.
You can only hear ringing.
Oh boy!
I'm not answering that.
How that works?
A dial tone.
Lots of trauma here.
It's just a confusing montage of killing people. That's what it.
The green one, who will remain unnamed for a bit because technically you guys don't know it, continues his conversation with Skeevel as this other stuff is going on. Because he goes, "You're in Bowenberg. Where did you come from?"
We came from. What are you talking? I'm king of everything. You can stop, good bit. I'm king of everything.
Okay.
At this, the green one's guys kind of just like drifts very slowly over to Goodbid, kind of realizing maybe the other one's not going to be super helpful in this situation, and you look reasonable enough. Yeah, very classy.
Does Glib look zoned out?
I would imagine, but like focused in.
Oh no,
like,
I'm not imagining zoned out. I'm imagining angry. It's just
more zoned in,
death
rather
staring
than
them all.
out.
It's not. I'm not custodian.
Like Glib, hello. I'm in your head, but also speaking out loud now because you're not responding when I speak to you in your head. Hello, can you fill information in, please?
Wait, hold on. Did you saying my name?
Oh wait, yeah. Did you? Are you saying? Wait, did you say you said that psychically, or are you saying that?
I said it psychically, and then I also said it out loud because he wasn't answering me psychically.
Now I'm gonna take a guess here and say that Glib is not an incredibly common name. So, at this, everyone but the Red Ranger. Oh, I said Ranger. Dang. Oh well, whatever. Again, I'm operating under parody law. We're just gonna roll with it. Everyone but Red.
It's fine.
Immediately turns. Red's still aiming the gun. Everyone else immediately turns to you, and then the Yellow Ranger kind of like looks and goes, "What did you just say?"
I said, "Glib, wake up, hello."
At this point, all of them.
We're in two very different
stories
at the moment.
All of their gazes kind of like drift very slowly in sync over to the royally pissed off frog laying on the ground. And then the red one kind of just goes, "I don't see a resemblance."
Like, resemblance? Like, what do you mean resemblance?
How many toilets did you need to blow up to get this version of the gun, bud?
The yellow one kind of like puts it, he goes, This has got to be some kind of trick, right? Like, this is a monster. This is one of the monsters that's just mimicking. This can't be right. Are they inside our heads? Does anyone have, like, psychic senses?
What's her...
Glib, just say the word and they will kill all of these people very quickly.
Everybody...
What was her real name again, by the way?
Charlie.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Charlie. I want, as she's trying to put it all together, I want to look straight at Charlie and just go, I don't want to do anything, but you need to tell me where he is.
Let me roll an insight check to see how much of that she gets, because this is a vague enough situation. That was a nat one.
Nothing.
So at this point, she kind of she actually raises her weapon as well. It seems to be some sort of hybrid between an axe and a guitar. She kind of raises her weapon and goes, "We're not telling you anything until we figure out exactly who you are and why you're here, monster."
You know exactly who I am, Charlie.
I would like to loudly be like, Glib, he's a frogman. Trust me, I know everyone hates it when frogmen show up in their house.
Actually, man, frog, we kind of been over this a few times.
Point is, we need him here, or not here, but we're trying to get him to be human again. Because he's really fucking my life up.
At this point, like everyone, they all seem confused for various reasons. Again, a lot has happened in the last 60 seconds for them. But I think Specs is probably the one who would, look at this the most logically. Specs kind of like leans in, and you see him maybe some glow appear on his visor, maybe casting some sort of spell of some kind. Goes, Glib, surely that can't be you. I mean, look at, and then he just kind of trails off, gesturing at, the obvious.
Can SG communicate things through people's minds?
I mean, it depends. Like,
can you communicate images through people's minds?
I can just transform into you if that's what you're.
Wait. No. You read my mind a while ago and saw what I actually looked like, right? Can you send it to his head? And can I turn to you and just go, like, show him what I really look like?
One better, and I just transform into human Glib.
Okay. Now, arguably, if they think
this is like Man Frog's original form, and we're trying to get him back to this form. He is looking for somebody. I don't know who. He is not answering psychically and not answering verbally. So if you could just go away, I can ask questions.
Upon seeing the form of their old friend, all of the Rangers. Except for Baldric.
Also, because now I'm pearlescent. This is just Glib but shiny.
We can say the shininess doesn't apply if you want to be disguised. By the way, you have shapeshifting powers. So, but they kind of like they freeze for a moment, just trying to process everything before Specs kind of turns to Johnny and goes, I don't know how any of the monsters would have known that. I mean, no one's seen Glib for years. No one knows what happened to... And then he kind of like, he turns to Glib and just like, kind of out of the blue, just hugs him. I didn't think he
wasn't ready.
But Specs seems like a nice guy, so I figured.
Very, very stiff, very shakily. He's just gonna say it again. Just, I need you to tell me where he is.
Specs kind of like, upon seeing this reaction, which is exactly what he expected from Glib, the suspicions of the group seem to be, pretty much confirmed. And you can see that once they notice this, all of their helmets sort of dematerialize, revealing their faces as Glib's friends, though a couple years older, of course, and, more mature, not really college students anymore, like mid-20s.
You tell me that fucker didn't turn the rest of them into animals too? That was just a mean
thing? And the
thing?
rest of you, of course,
Dickhead?
see, and I guess I should say this for people who didn't watch last week's episode, the Red Ranger is a half-dwarf, half-gnome with a very thick beard and, like, a lot of hair. You do wonder how it fit into the helmet. Not entirely sure how that worked. The Pink Ranger is a goblin who, a second after the helmet dematerializes, reaches into some sort of pocket and pulls out a pair of very large, very round glasses and slips them on. The Yellow Ranger is a human woman with kind of like short, sort of punk rock style hair. And the Green Ranger is a very large Goliath with slightly bloodshot eyes if you look close a little bit. Yes. Not, no one's entirely sure exactly why yet, but it's noticeable.
Of course
it's notable.
God damn it.
Just a little bit. That are, of course, have some sort of history with Glib, which I'm sure we'll get into. Specs, the goblin, continues speaking, not entirely sure what's going on. Of course, who are you looking for? Wait, did someone do this? What happened? There's so much. How did this happen?
I already forgot the teacher's name.
I told you 5 minutes ago. It's Garrock.
I'm back now.
It's Garrock.
Garrock. All right. I look at it. I'm assuming you let me go. Did you let me go?
Yeah. No. You can wiggle out if you so choose. It's not like he's keeping you there.
Glib would not be like wiggling out of it. He just doesn't really know how to handle it. So he's just kind of very awkward, physical touch, and is like,
yeah.
I need you to tell me what Garrock is now.
Oh, Garrock. Why didn't you mention it?
Everyone kind of, again looks over at you. The rest of you have pretty much been forgotten in this exchange. Glib is the one that is holding the attention of these strange figures pretty solidly. Pretty solidly. I mean, again, you can interject. But Charlie walks over to you and goes, Garrock, why do you need to talk to Garrock?
I want to just kind of look him dead in the face and just kind of like, why do you think I need to talk to Garrock?
No one responds. They all
as a frog. Looking at him
confused. Yeah.
With the frog face. I'm like,
Did you...
I didn't change my fucking hair, did I?
again, they all just kind of stare at you blankly. No one knows what's going on whatsoever.
Glib, I think your friends are a little bit slow on uptake. I think if you just really think about it, people in weird-looking suits, you look ridiculous. Glib and this Garrock character have history. I think he could possibly be reason he frog.
At this, Flash speaks up and goes, "Why would Garrock be the reason that Glib? I mean, Garrock kind of sucks, but he's not evil."
He did this! Glib is now angry. He's pissed. He's not dealing with the shits.
Baldric raises his gun again at the terrifying scream, which, just for flavor, I'm gonna say has like a little like Death God flair to it. I feel like that would be coming out passively. Baldric raises his gun again, and Specs kind of raises. Okay, we'll go and see Garrock. But he did this to you? You disappeared years ago. No one knew where you went.
I was thrown through a portal after having my humanity ripped from me, Specs!
Everyone...
I'm gonna punch... I'm just gonna throw a punch at the red guy. Because he raised his gun.
Okay, so go make your attack.
Oh my god.
Whoa, we're fighting them?
I figured this was an option.
I'm annoyed with them for not listening.
I figured this was an option.
Come on, where
are my guns? I was gonna start the first fight of this.
Yeah.
I might genuinely try to start this. Hold on.
Yo, I don't want to fight these buggers. They're Power Rangers,
man. I can totally take a couple of Power Rangers. What are you talking about?
This one would kill you. Like, I'm 90% sure.
I don't think it would kill me. I unarmed strike. I have a +3 to hit, I think, because of my gauntlets, and that's an 11.
It's very odd, actually. You get in your strike pretty effectively. Like, he's not really moving. He's focused on Glib, so you're able to hit. But while the suit looks to be made of some sort of, like, fabric or spandex amazingly, it's remarkably hard, and your fist just seems to do no damage to it as it hits.
I have magic gauntlets. Does that not do something?
I mean, you got an 11.
True.
You got an 11.
Hit, though.
Yeah, you have AC higher than 11.
Yeah, you're
Are you telling me that the physical way that these suits interact is like the reboot of Power Rangers, but they look like classic Power Rangers?
I didn't say that.
Are you telling me they look like dorky classic Power Rangers?
Not that bad, but they
as the like dorky classic ones.
Look, again,
I'm just imagining them in like the faux leather, like overly big gloves and shit.
They're fantasy Power Rangers. They're fantasy Rangers. So like there is like fabric and like stuff to the armor. It's not future tech.
No. They look like the original Power Rangers. They look ridiculous.
No. Okay, you know how we can handle it? They look like the Power Rangers movie Power Rangers, like the old one where they're all leather and
I'm expecting. Maybe if I say this is not going to happen, if I jinx it, I'm expecting someone's going to do fan art of these, and I'll probably just use with permission. I'll probably just use that as the canon art. I'd love to get art commissioned. I can't do that.
That's fair.
Does he hit me back though?
I mean, I am actually. This is Baldric. He's the most impulsive one. He just wants to shoot anybody. So let me. What's your AC?
I'm his friend, and he almost shot me.
My AC is 19.
So.
19. Oh, your AC is... I forgot, because you have really good armor. Yeah, cursed armor.
Cursed armor.
Got some of it handled. At the punch, this Red Ranger whips around and blasts you full on with the shotgun, just instantly, no hesitation. Which knocks you back like 5 or so feet as you sort of stumble backwards from the force of being point blank with it. But your armor, though it's like glowing a little bit, from the heat, it seems to hold, and so there's no damage done.
Would you say that he has caused harm to me?
Are you trying to use one of your new powers? We'll say sure. For the sake of using your new powers, we'll say sure.
All right, then he has to make a strength saving.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he does have good strength, but...
God damn it.
What's the save on that? I made it, but I forgot what the save was.
You didn't actually tell me.
Oh, then I meant spell save. It should be your spell save, whatever that is, because it's technically a spell,
my spell
basically.
save, it's 17, I think.
Oh, if it's 17, then he actually does fail.
Woo!
Trying to use
my gosh.
SG's new powers.
Yeah. So as soon as it hits me, I stumble back, but then I like raise up and just a smile forms on my faceless face, and the gun flies out of his hand into mine because now he's caused harm to me, so I get to take that because I'm collecting my debt.
Yeah, that's one of the abilities I gave. It is shamelessly inspired by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Before somebody says that, it is a stand power, but that's one of the wealth god things. Is basically if someone causes harm to SG, she can telekinetically take stuff from them as like repayment, so she can like rip stuff out of their possession to her. It has limits on the usage, but yeah, so SG kind of smiles at him, and then the gun just whoop flies over to her without any. So you now have the gun. He looks stunned and very annoyed at you. Both.
Okay, now that I am now
Nathan,
holding
can we
the
say
gun
that Goodbid's a little annoyed by that?
Now that I am holding
that is
the gun
very.
here, you will listen to whatever Glib says, and take us to Garak.
At this point, Specs, again, you don't know their names yet, but I'm just saying Specs, the pink goblin, kind of holds up his hand, we're going to take it. We said we were going to take them. There's no need to escalate this. We're the protectors of the city. We just want everything to be handled peacefully so that no one gets hurt. Right?
This is
Baldric?
stupid. Go get the guy now.
At this point, Baldric still looks very angry, but Specs kind of like, I guess Glib's up now, not on the ground, but Specs kind of like gestures, we'll go. Yeah. We'll go right now. Yes. Can you give the gun back? He's not going to like it if you.
Yeah, you're not getting this back. I like it.
Baldric again looks very angry at you, but sort of at another calming down from Specs, does not actively go and rip it out of your hands or try to. But.
Can I lean over to SG and just be like, I suggest not pointing at that.
I just like swing it around like, why? What's the point with this gun?
Actively dodging weird
it. Whoa! Swinging the gun around.
Damn!
Trigger! Jesus God!
At this point, Specs kind of gestures for everybody to come closer. And he goes, we'll take you there right now. If everyone can just come into the transmat range. The other rangers come closer. Unless anyone else is...
Can I turn before we walk with the group? Can I turn to everybody and, like, gesture them to come close?
That's literally what Specs just did, so yes.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Well, no.
Okay, you want to have a
separate
Rangers. Meeting here.
Just...
Yeah. You go in. The first thing that happens is Barry, who has not said anything for this entire interaction, kind of leans in and goes, I feel like I missed something kind of important. Am I like a couple chapters behind here? I know I kind of jumped into this halfway, but...
I forgot we had a giant
he's just chilling. Like, he hasn't said anything.
This whole party is God save for
old man.
I think...
Yep, that's basically it right now.
Yeah. I want to lean in. Glib is very single-mindedly focused right now. He would explain things, except for the fact that he is not thinking about that right now. He leans in. The only thing he wanted to say is leaning in and going, the second I see that horseman, he fucking dies. Is that understood?
Okay, so that is orders. We kill horseman on sight.
No.
What if
you kill horseman on sight?
Kill the horseman.
Okay. So we like hold it, restrain him, so it's easier for you to kill.
What? I'm not gonna really get involved in this, but I'll just make sure we got a good getaway.
Barry leans in once again and goes, am I supposed to know who the horseman is? Do we just
kill him?
You just
gotta punch him.
He turns to go and goes, I'm getting that sense, yeah.
Yes. Also, to clarify, is there more than one horseman on campus?
I was about to ask. That's why I was asking.
Listen, you will... Listen! You'll know who dies because I'll try and fucking kill him.
You look like you're gonna kill everyone, dude.
I love your idea, but you do have to make sure that there are not more than one horseman on campus.
Let's make this simpler. Don't fucking stop me. Is that understood?
It is understood.
I never do.
A human.
Okay.
Hey, but if the Power Rangers come after you,
get that one.
Don't go crying to me.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. There we go.
All right. Then Glib just goes, okay, and turns around and starts walking towards the Specs group.
You all walk over to the Rangers, who kind of, everyone else looks sort of apprehensive, but Specs seems the most optimistic about the situation. And they all kind of gesture for everybody to huddle up, in a sense. A bit confusing because, you're not walking anywhere. But then Specs kind of pulls out like his gauntlet and pushes what seems to be a couple buttons on it. And a beam of light just streaks down from the sky, and you see the world sort of vanish around you. Before a minute later, you materialize in a totally different location that most of you don't recognize. It is an underground cave of some sort, full of all sorts of tech and weapons and things like that. All of you are there sort of in the center in some sort of transmat pad, except for Glib. Glib, you are off to the side of this room. In a sort of glass tube, a large glass tube that is going up to the center, seemingly restrained in some sense. Now the second you guys get there, Specs immediately pipes up louder than everybody else, trying to say this before it becomes any sort of fight, and goes, now Glib, this is just for everybody's safety until we understand what's going on. It's nothing personal. It's just a safety measure.
I'm firing every single Eldritch Blast I can from inside the tube. It looks like fireworks are coming out of my hands how many times I'm trying to shoot this fucking tube.
I assume this interrupts the end of Specs' speech. He goes, well, this is just for everybody's safety, and that is exactly why we did that. Okay. So...
Are we all...
No, is it soundproof? Only Glib is in this tube that is, keeping him away from the others.
Is the tube soundproofed, or can they hear me screaming my fucking head off from inside the thing?
Audible, right? It's not 100% soundproof, but it is. Okay. It's not overpowering. For anyone I'm very much imagining this as the scene in No Way Home where Norman gets put in the containment chamber. It's that kind of. That's the sort of energy that Specs gives. It's we're not taking any chances here. Yeah.
Right. That's hilarious. They actually managed to put him in a
they just kind of put him in
container.
The aquarium tank. They put the frog in the aquarium.
Don't call it an aquarium tank.
Anyway, at this, Charlie speaks up. Kind of goes, "Okay, so again, super sorry about putting him in there, but do you guys know what's going on? Do you know who we are? Did he tell you about any of this? I assume that's why you came here."
Actually, completely coincidental.
We don't know got involved. I
also just got involved.
It's the first time he sees sun.
Yeah, you would think we would be informed on all this, but actually, we are here by accident.
Okay, well, this is going to be a lot to explain then. I guess sort of start from the beginning. Charlie then gives you a recap of basically the last episode from their perspective, which I will quickly run through essentially for anyone who didn't watch it, but if you want the full story, you can go back and watch the last episode, which was these guys were, as Panda said, they were Glib's roommates, and apparently thanks to some ancient prophecy, they were chosen to inherit these powers that were discovered by a group of rangers a very, very long time ago. But for several reasons, one of their mentors, which was the centaur named Garrock, did not like Glib, did not think Glib was worthy of the power, and basically to prevent him from getting it, changed him into a frogman. No, they don't know this, but again, they changed him into a frogman so that he would not fit the prophecy anymore and theoretically would not be able to get the power of the Kraken, which little did he know he kind of already did. But from the Rangers' perspective, they don't know that last part. They just know that Glib rejected the power, did not join their team, and then shortly after just kind of vanished. The most interesting part of this is that at the end of the story, they say that they were informed about this by Garrock, who said that Glib just kind of left and supposedly, made some angry rant to him about not being worthy of the power and how he didn't want to be involved and, quote, wanted to get as far away from it as possible and never see it again, and then just bailed.
Which does sound a lot like Glib in that episode.
It does.
Yeah, that's a good lie.
That's a decent lie right there.
Yeah, he just so that's the excuse that they have, is that Garrock just said he basically being too close to it was stressing him out. He didn't want any of that, and so he left.
Glib bitched out. That's the rules.
Matt, I don't know if this was your intention, but there's kind of a parallel between the professor and Glib and Skeezville and Glib, where they're both trying to change him to change the prophecy.
I kind of thought that they might get interwoven at some point. Yes, that's all I'm gonna say about that for now.
Except one wanted him to be a frog.
I am aware of the fact that there were 2 prophecies concerning Glib in consecutive episodes. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I'm very aware of the fact that Garrock also screwed Skeezvol.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's, again, you don't know that, but.
Wait, I have a question. Did they say the part about freezing time?
No, that was not mentioned yet. That's not a key part of it. That was also something that happened in last week's episode. Yeah, that will probably come up. But
Flash could pause time.
But yeah, that's what Charlie says to you, and everyone else sort of chimes in with the recap, and so that's where to your guys' response.
Yeah. I look at Specs and I say, for a guy with glasses, you're not very smart. And I point the gun at him and I say, let Glib out right now.
All of them
in
immediately
the I have not stopped screaming.
Their helmets immediately all go on at that.
Whoa!
The others kind of like get ready to fight. Specs doesn't. Specs sort of, kind of like not steps back, but like seems to be more interested in calming down the situation, as is, his kind of defining trait. He goes, don't worry, I don't want to have to commit any violence if it's avoidable. I am a follower of Vaktan. I don't know if you've heard of him. I'm happy to tell you if you haven't, but rest assured I want to handle this situation peacefully.
Peace is useless. I will demand violence. Open the tube now.
Surely you understand. I mean, you've just heard the story. This
strange
creature.
I'm about to shoot him.
I mean, he's.
I highly suggest you listen to the Nightmare's commands.
Yeah, Specs, you seem like a really good guy, but
he's gonna continue one more time. Look, just the second we brought him here, he immediately started blowing up. You can't deny that it was a reasonable response. We'll let him out in a moment. We just wanted to make sure everyone knew everything that was going on and we can understand the situation.
Yes, you're talking so much but not opening tube. You have 3 seconds. If you do not open tube, I will shoot your glasses off your face.
At this point, hold on. I gotta look at something here.
If you're about to have this fucker show up...
Am I gonna have to shoot him?
No, I'm gonna say, where was it? Come on, I can't find the specific...
Rolling to see if the helmet can pop up before the bullet hits him in the...
SG, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm
Wisdom?
That's a 17.
17? Is that high enough? I don't actually know. I think that is, unfortunately. I'm trying to look at and see like what happens if someone uses command on you and it fails.
Ooh.
No effect. Okay, it just says no effect. It just says no effect. So nothing happens then. Who's the fastest of the group? It's probably Specs, actually. Well, no, it's probably Charlie. But she just did command. So at this point, I'm trying to think what they would do because they're not letting him out. So I think SG is gonna just have to. He's gonna just continue to. He's just gonna continue.
They're not gonna let him out. Their friend.
They're not
SG,
their friend. A weird
steal...
frog monster that just showed up claiming to be a friend. Remember too, Charlie mentioned something about quote one of the monsters. That was not expanded upon.
Can I try and step in front of SG's gun? Mm-hmm. Can I step in front of SG's gun?
You can step in front of the gun. Yes, you can.
Like this, clearly very humble.
So this old man just kind of like saunters in front of the gun.
Just be like,
is this old blind dude? Like, I feel like something's here. I should probably...
He can tremor.
Excuse me. In a tube, he can't make mistakes. You guys say he is just the most volatile person. Why don't we let him be in the tube a little longer until we
figure out what's going on? Fucking blowing the tube up still.
He's really trying to blow us. This is how I could die. If that tube wasn't there, I could die just from that. So I just humbly ask, we listen to these weirdos, you lower the monster gun, and we find out what's going on.
Flash speaks up and kind of goes, yeah, listen to, I like that one. Listen to him. I like his vibe.
Thank you.
Do I get the impression that the tube is
shootable.
Is it shootable, essentially?
You can shoot it, but you know that it did tank all of Glib's magic bursts.
I was trying to see if is it only like
did tank
inside,
and
but not
actively tanking.
I mean, you can roll an Arcana check to try and find out, but like you're gonna have to make a check to find out.
Do Arcana. I have nothing to Arcana.
Oh my god.
That's a 17 though.
Still, I mean, it's magically treated. You don't think it's a one-sided thing. I don't think that's really a thing that exists. At this point, Charlie pipes up again and goes, look, the only reason that we're there is because we don't know if he's actually him or not. We've been dealing with this whole thing with mimics. It's complicated. We just have to make sure that it's him first, right?
And how do we do that?
That is, we know used to be human. You're looking for a human that, by your own admission, was very unlucky. I assume they incorporated that. It was Glib's whole thing. By your own admission, was very unlucky. I don't see how we're confused what happened.
She just kind of holds up a hand and walks over to the Glib tube.
All right, I've stopped firing. I'm going to quietly just sit down, just legs crossed, just sit down at the bottom of a death staring at her.
Glib, can you hear me in there? The thing should be. I mean, we heard you screaming a second ago, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Just
still staring, just barely, just I'm gonna fucking kill you.
She kind of like, maybe you're gonna take this as patronizing, but it's what she does anyway. She kind of like kneels down, like to be sort of on the same level of you sitting. And you guys, look, you remember the whole thing with the mimics that we had on our first year? It like kind of spiraled a lot actually. It spiraled a lot. It wasn't our fault, but that's what we've been dealing with for the past month or so. So that's why we have to be super careful. So just like if you can tell us something that only Glib would know, we can let you out. It's as simple as that.
Why would you pick a frog and then pretend?
I've dropped 4 fucking facts that only Glib would know. That Glib didn't say that.
I was gonna say all you described was their physical appearances. It's not like.
I said that. I said BB blew up a toilet.
Oh, I didn't actually hear you say that.
I didn't hear that.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did say that. You talked about their appearance for all of them.
I said that very loudly. I think people were we were all talking at the same time.
But you can just say that again. That's a good one. I missed that. If you
okay.
Did that, so.
All right, I'm gonna.
Okay, Chad is saying he did.
He's staring. As I'm staring at her, I'm gonna look up at BB and I'm gonna say the same thing that I said earlier. How many toilets did you need to blow up to make that gun?
He kind of like walks over, and then just like again leans down and like kind of death stares you and goes, "Yep, that's him." And then a moment after that, the tube kind of retracts up into the ceiling, letting you free.
Glib slowly stands up and is just death staring the old party as he walks over to everybody.
Specs, kind of goes, sorry for all that unpleasantness, but you understand we had to be cautious. It's been dangerous around here lately, and that is our responsibility to protect everyone in the city. Garrock should be here at some point.
Where is good? And I just sits down immediately. He just sits down where he is and
while
just
everyone's calmer, can I once again ask, is this Garrock man who, according to Glib, turned him into a frog, not capable of turning him back into a human? Shall we wait on the murder until that is done?
I talk to everyone in their heads and say, lie to this man if he can. Lie to him. Lie to him.
Okay, noted. At this point, you see. Actually, this isn't really a perception check thing. Flash. We'll say Flash does this. Flash kind of like steps over to a console of some kind. He goes, "Here, I'll call him. Hold on." And he pushes a couple of buttons, and like some sort of thing happens on the console, but you can't tell exactly what. He goes, "Hey, Garrock, this is gonna sound weird. I promise it's not a mimic thing. We checked that. Glib is here,
Shut up!
Can I jump up? Wait, hold on. Before he hits the button, can I jump up the second he's like, I'll call him?
I maybe should have have you made a perception. You can make a dexterity check, but like he's doing it as he's hitting it, right. So.
She's actively about to go. Yeah, hold on.
Just shoot him.
Everyone's like, these people are idiots. What I want to point out, for them, it's their mentor 16? For years that just straight up lied to them. They're not being that dumb. They're just believing their mentor. Does a 16 work? I'm going to have him roll against it. It's probably... No, it does not. He hits the button. Because, again, he was saying it as he was going.
As he's about to see Glib, shoot him.
Fuck.
I shoot him.
So aggressive.
I shoot him.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want... If he knows I'm here, he's gonna come in swinging.
Oh no!
I need to be fucking ready.
I get the logic. But then, so SG roll an attack roll on Flash.
I don't have the gun.
Oh wait, you don't have did you give the gun? Okay, yeah, then never mind. So, you don't see, like, any sort of, like, positive response. Flash kind of, like, as, you know, Glib still jumps for the console. Flash kind of turns and goes, I thought you wanted to talk to him.
If he knows I'm here, he's gonna try and fucking kill me.
Look, dude, you wanted to talk to him. We're not gonna let you ambush.
I want him dead! I don't want to talk to him!
Flash kind of goes, okay, dude, this is why we put you in the tube. Do you want to go back in the tube?
I'm literally gonna
This is why we put you in the tube.
Like, can I just say, like, you people are the most unpleasant individuals I've had to ever interact with, and I have talked to, oh my god, what the fuck is that guy's name? Dramaticus. And I fully pulled my gun.
You guys are so insane.
Yeah.
You guys are so aggressive towards the innocent Power Rangers.
Goodbid has cutting words on the ready for anybody who tries to...
Goodbid's the only one who's taking this logic. Barry, again, is also just, like, Barry... The vibe that you get off Barry is that he seems like he's, like, watching a movie. He's, like looking around, just, like, processing everything that's going... Not involved. He's just, like, watching this play out.
Like, these are just some of the most illogical... Like, yeah, I get that...
I'm right by Barry. But I'm there with, like, a keen eye. I'm like, oh, God, get a load of these guys.
They don't know any of this shit. To them, they took the books and they've been training the whole time.
They've been fine. There's no
guys.
Yeah, no, he's a jerk, but, like...
He was literally just a hard-ass teacher. And the jump to then he turned him into a frog and threw him out of a portal is
the rage that Glib is coming to this situation with does not fit what they see this guy as. It's
justified, but they don't know that. After...
Yeah, like,
they don't know.
Can I say something to them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, as like basically my job, I lie to people all the time. Like, it's kind of my thing. You have been lied to for years, and that's coming from someone that does this a lot. Just believe your one friend here.
They kind of stare at you, confused for a second before Charles goes, did you just say lying with your job? How is that a job?
I'm like trying so hard not to shoot them. It's crazy.
Just the unbridled rage at these people who have done nothing wrong. After this, however, like a moment passes. You see behind the console, like some sort of holographic, magical screen starts sort of shimmering into view. And while I'm sure at least Glib is kind of expecting a certain person to appear, the form is one that most of you don't recognize. It is a Kenku, wearing a plague doctor mask. It's Terry. It's Terry. And Terry goes, Flash, I got your message. Garrock isn't in right now, but did you say that Glib was a frog? Surely there was some sort of translation error in the transmat. And then Flash kind of just nods and goes,
hi, Terry.
The hologram's gaze kind of snaps over to the frog and goes, Glib? You're shorter than I remember.
I wave. Glib's not saying anything, but that he's obviously just fucking shaking rage.
I figured.
He's got nothing for that. Just, are you fucking kidding me?
You're shorter than I remembered.
And then I'm assuming Flash, unless anyone interjects, Flash kind of relays what Glib has been saying about Garrock. Terry kind of goes, well, I don't know if that's necessarily... I mean, it would explain the sudden disappearance. Glib, you... Let's be honest, you didn't want anything to do with the Morphonomicons, yes?
Morphonomicons?
Stupid fucking
I'm glad Nikhil heard my stupid reference that I decided to call them. Yeah, no,
oh, no, I did.
I'm sure everyone heard it, but I'm glad Nikhil acknowledged it.
I got you, bud. Always.
Look, Glib, Garrock said that you just left because you didn't want anything to do with the power, which sounded reasonable enough. I mean, you don't have... there is a way to check, of course. Well, hold on. The call ends, and like 10 seconds pass, and then the transmat sort of fires again, and Terry, walks in physically. Appearing on sort of the transmat pad, just like very abruptly, like the transmat call, and then there's just like an awkward pause, and then Terry is there standing behind you, kind of looking over. He just goes, okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to do a quick scan here, and kind of like flares out her wings, starts doing some magic stuff, and then just kind of like finishes whatever spell she's doing, and then just sort of pauses, and kind of looks up, scans over everybody, goes, I don't know how this is possible, but traces of the Kraken power are still within him. But that's not possible. The Kraken power is over there. She gestures to the line of mostly empty canisters, except for the blue one, which still contains the magic book within it. He goes,
can I just walk over? Can I walk over and see if I can open it? Okay. I walk over and I try and take the tube off of it like I did before.
It comes off easily.
All right. This should be a big moment for Glib, but I think he's at the moment of fuck this book. Everything that has doomed his entire life is in this room right now, save one fucking guy. So I take it off. I grab the book and I walk back over with it.
All of the Rangers plus Terry are just kind of like staring, jaws dropped, insanely confused. None of the others really get what was dramatic about that. For the rest of you, he just walked up and like took a book out of a thing. It was not like there was no magical glow, there was no like sound or sequence. He just walked up, took the book.
Literally could not care less about a book.
At this point,
I'm asking this before I do something. Are these books destructible, or are they like Infinity Stones where they can't be destroyed?
You would know that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Glib would know, period.
So I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to show it to them, throw it to the side, and then Eldritch Blast the thing over to the side. Because remember, the last time they saw me, I had no magical ability, period. So it is just... So I take it, throw it to... You know what? No. I'm going to use the tentacle grasp thing that I have to throw it to the side and have the tentacle come out and grab it.
That's definitely notable for the Kraken power.
Yeah.
Glib does that. Again, everyone else is just silent. For the party members, you've seen him do this a billion times. For everyone else, it's incredibly shocking. Charlie kind of speaks up again and goes, okay, guys, looks at all the others. They're, still jaws dropped. Goes, just in case he's telling the truth, which it looks like he might actually be, plan B, maybe? And everyone kind of dodges. The Specs goes, yep, yes, plan B seems like a good, where should we, if Garrock is coming, we should get out of here, faster. Can we take him to a different area of the base? And Charlie kind of ushers everybody on.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Plan B?
She kind of says, dude, if Garrock is cut like Wheat Flash, shoots him a glare, just told Garrock that you're here, that he's probably not going to be happy if what you just said was true. And so just in case, again, we're cautious. We're going to take you somewhere else in case he tries to murder you, which feels weird to say.
I don't think you know who we are.
No, she looks around and goes, that's kind of been the point of like the last 20 minutes of our interaction.
I'm gonna hold up my hand and turn around and go, how many gods are in this room?
I count 3 gods and a blind man. Oh, and a
you say 3 gods and a blind man, and Barry just goes, dude.
Sorry,
look,
Barry.
I know I haven't said, but look, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. This is a lot of happening at once.
No, it's a lot. I get it. I feel you, brother.
4. Wait, what's our god rules again? Like, what is everybody? It's metal, wealth, law. Metal, wealth, law, and death. Right?
I think Goodbit is the one.
You texted
You're the
me.
one I need to. Okay,
I got a text.
I'm trying to talk and text these at the same time. So Nathan, yours is the one. I'm sending that to you right now. Well, in a second when I find which tab it's on. Again, everyone pauses, and Specs, who is the one who is most versed in religious studies, goes, Did you just say that there were gods here in this room?
I'm gonna start pointing. I'm gonna point straight at Barry. Metal, wealth, law, and I'm gonna lean real fucking close to him and go, death. Show me where he is.
I mean, I'm trying to. That's a good and intimidating and very confusing statement to hear with no context, and I'm trying to figure out what the reaction would necessarily be. Man, I don't get stumped very often in these, but that's a very good, scary thing you just said.
And I believe also the first time Skeezville would know that he's the god of death.
Yeah, that might not have come up necessarily. So Skeezville is hearing this for the first time as well.
This is not good.
Oh no!
Things just got interesting.
Taking mental notes.
Actually, wait, hold on. Never mind. I know what the reaction is. The reaction is not from any of the Rangers. It's from Barry, who's like, what? Barry doesn't know this either.
Listen, Barry, if you're going to be with us, you kind of have to just, like, roll with the punches.
I didn't ask to be here. I want to go home. I'm just here until we figure out what's happening. Is he a death god?
Oh my god, Barry, go outside. Wait outside. We'll come get you.
Okay, and Barry Barry throws his hands in the air and goes, all right, and walks. He walks like to the exit of the room and then goes, this is not where we came in. Where am I supposed to go?
Oh my god, the Barry, figure it out.
Barry kind of like Baldric kind of like pipes and goes, don't go into we don't know how this, and then he just leaves and goes, okay, he'll figure it out later. He's gonna get trapped in the looping zone again like I did the first time.
That's fine. He'll figure it out.
I also have questions. Can Glib die? Because if not, I really need him to come here again. I didn't know about this whole god of death situation.
I wish I
enjoyed half of my own party. God damn it!
I'm trying to see if I have anything that can just erase that memory from his mind. Like,
I mean, no, that is a spell. I don't remember what it's called, but there is a spell. Gift of Gab. Yeah,
Gift of Gab.
I thought you had to be the one to say it.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think that is actually how this works. There's his.
That is true.
Those are the beta of all your powers, by the way. They might change if they're too overpowered or underpowered, but those are your first abilities for everybody. Anyway, regardless, at this point, Specs kind of pipes up again because, did you? I'm sorry. Maybe I think Charlie explained what we've been doing. What about you? What have you all been doing in the few years since Glib was gone? Again, did you say death god?
Killing.
Not gods. Actually true at all. You killed one. You've killed one.
We've killed one. I'm an intimidation.
Are you making an intimidation
scared?
Okay.
Sure. Let's see how it works. He seems pretty undeterred, so even if it doesn't work, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, that is better than what he rolled. So Specs, which kind of makes sense since Specs is again the most religious scholar of them, who kind of understands sort of the weight of this kind of thing. You see him sort of like, there's some flashes over his visor, which is still up after SG pulled the gun and goes, I can detect some sorts of energy. I didn't notice it before, but you're right. There's a lot to, and you want, so Did you come here exclusively to kill Garrock? Or are you here for some sort of other... Where is everyone else? Everyone else said you were here for a different reason. If you don't mind me asking, what was your main...
We showed up on accident. I just want that fucker
Flash
dead.
kind of... Sorry to, like, change the subject, but... Where was that horse you came in? I forgot about that. Is that, like, relevant? That was a big horse.
Oh! Friday!
That was the god of fate. Don't worry about it.
Another god. You wouldn't know him.
Oh my god! Dude, Specs is probably having
a little bit.
Crisis
You can see he's kind of like you see him kind of like glances down at his hand, like his palms, which is where you know he has like some of the tattoos from his gun. He just kind of like quickly glances down, barely noticeable, and he's still wearing the suit. What'd you say?
Have we run into a god of wisdom? Because his dude's
god of peace and wisdom, and technically no. Technically.
Wait! Oh my god! I just realized that his god has to be here, because we're in the Order realm has to be where the god of peace and wisdom would be.
We're not in the Order realm.
You're in the corresponding
region of the
world.
It would be.
Right.
So if we're running to Vaktan, it would be here.
That is very true. If you did run into Vaktan, it would be in this area.
Wouldn't that be something?
Regardless, everyone sort of takes a second to, just process everything that's been going on. But as Specs is about to pipe up again, on the console, a big red light starts flashing very, very brightly. And let's say BB, who has been a little annoyed throughout this entire... BB still looks very annoyed at SG for taking his gun as, like, the first thing that she ever did with this group. BB kind of rushes over, eager to get himself out of this conversation, goes, okay, we gotta go. This is not a conversation that we need to have now. There's another monster attack going on. Specs kind of tries to go, now? Really? We have to go now? At which point, everyone there kind of getting into crisis mode. So Charlie kind of goes, okay, you guys... you can, I guess you can wait here, sort of glances over to the others for approval, goes, you can wait here. If you're gods and you want to help us fight some monsters, you can do that. Garrock might be... Look, there's a lot happening. You kind of came at a bad time. What do you want to do?
Before you go to fight this monster, knowing what you know now, is there a possibility that your mentor, Garrock, has been conjuring these monsters specifically for you to fight?
They all kind of look around.
SG just drops
very much.
And just
reality
wants to see the ripples.
They kind of all look around and go... Actually, they don't respond. You just see them kind of like glance around at each other and then just not answer.
Huh. I don't like that you did not answer.
We ain't think of that one. Can I turn to everyone and be, do you guys want to go and kill some things real quick?
Honestly,
I think that'd be good for particularly you.
Yeah.
He needs
also,
to let off some steam
I do
here.
shapeshift.
My eye twitches when he says that. What do you mean?
Nothing.
I
Let's go.
shapeshift into Glib just in case you run into Garrock. I don't want him to know which one is Glib.
Wait, hold on.
So
okay, you're going in as Glib as like a backup.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, I'm like
a body
dual
double.
Glib.
Yeah, a body double of Glib,
body
basically.
double.
Okay.
I saw this in the movie picture
wait,
about the war.
Do I know
among the
that's your
stars.
plan? Do I know that
Or do you just
plan?
do it? Yeah.
I just do it, and I'm just like, Glib, I have plans. It's good plan.
Okay.
Mocked it many times.
Wait. Can I turn around and go, wait. He's the one who changed me. He would know what I look like. I'm a few shades different and a few scars more than I was.
Yeah, but you're like the only frog, Charlie says.
No.
Person.
I know.
SG,
But also-
Glib, because that's like what's gonna make
by the way,
guy
if you're
upset.
going into the fight, everyone get into roll 20 so I can start setting that up as we continue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the last time he saw me, I was a frog, and I'm assuming he would still think I'm a frog, right?
I know, but you could figure it out.
Probably.
Ooh.
Worst being a human.
I think that it was a good idea that someone, I can't remember who said it, but I should go as human Glib because if
That would be
You look-
confusing.
it would confuse, like, oh my god, is he a human already? Then who is this frog? Is there just another one?
Man, Goodbid's thing is so small.
Mikhail, you just got stepped right the fuck over. That was Mikhail's idea.
I mean,
I think that
useful. Good plan.
All right, I don't have a mini in of human Glib, so I'm just putting in as SG. Oh, I also don't have a Skeezville, do I? Let's see. Hold on, let me find.
There must be an old man.
That's what I don't have a custom Skeezville. I'm looking for. There is. I feel like dwarves is. Oh, this one's fine. Yeah, this one is acceptable. Let me scale it up a little bit. Yeah, you can all go into the Roll20. Oh, Nikhil, do you still have that link? Or do I need to get...
I have it on Roll20. I just log in. As long as you haven't changed it.
No, I haven't changed it. I just wanted to make sure that you still had it all set up. I'm going to...
Can you? I don't know how this works. But I'm loading it in.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, hold on. I'm giving everybody control. You're going to be this little, like, gray monk dude with the tattoos that felt like the most appropriate generic one for Skeezville.
I clue which one you mean.
This one here. Which again, chat, you'll be able to see this in a second. I'm just getting everybody set up. I didn't know which battle map I was gonna need to use first. So get that one controlled by Nathan and get Glib controlled by Panda. All right, and now let me switch us over to the battle map so that everybody can see. Oh, that's the reason that you guys can't see it, is I forgot to switch. There you go. That probably makes a little bit more sense, huh? I had to move the players over to... Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah, again, sorry, chat, which... This should update. I don't know why this isn't updating. Let me move this over to... There we go. Yeah, I forgot to move this over to the new map. That's why it was looking weird. It's the resolution.
It's so funny. Goodbid looks like he belongs on a college campus.
Yeah, Goodbid looks totally appropriate here. Now, for the characters, obviously this is these are like one-shot characters. I don't have enough money to get custom art for them, sadly. So I found some quick placeholders. Nothing incredibly fancy, but we're just gonna use. We're just gonna use. We're just gonna slap these guys in there for now.
Are we sure we're still in parody?
It's fine. It's tiny. It's tiny.
So it's fine.
We'll turn monetization off of the YouTube video of this one.
This counts. This 100% counts. I palette swapped them. It's fine.
Are you serious? They're palette swapped?
Yeah, they're palette swapped. It's just palette swapped Mystic Force. That's literally all it is. Anyway. So that's you guys all...
Oh yeah, the green one's the red one.
Okay. I palette swapped them. It'll be fine. It's this is parody. Also, I'm fixing everybody's cameras. Hold on.
Incredible.
So you guys all, with the agreement that Glib needs to let some anger out, and hey, it can't hurt to be the good guys occasionally, right? You can't do crimes all the time.
Crimes are fun.
I never commit crimes. What are you talking about? Said the professional bounty hunter.
It's fine.
These are technically still all Rangers.
This season started with me taking a contract? Yeah. What are you talking about?
Technically still Rangers if they have like at least one level of Ranger with whatever they have.
Hey, if you're never caught, you're not a criminal.
Anyway, you guys all...
I'm not a criminal. I was a chill king, and I joined you first, and now I'm here.
Yeah. You didn't need to come with. You could be with Barry. Barry was out.
Yeah, Barry's literally just wandering their base.
Right
You'll
now.
find him later, maybe. Eventually, you'll find him, but you just sent him away and he left.
We abandoned Barry. We're like, let's go kill shit, and left Barry in an infinite library and said, and he'll be fine.
I mean, he was lost underground for like hundreds of years.
Maybe. You technically don't know exactly how long he was there because he doesn't know. Regardless, you guys deciding that Glib needs to go and kill some stuff and let off some steam, decide to join the Rangers in protecting the city.
Oh wait, 1 second. He's from East, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Aren't I wanted? Isn't SG wanted in East?
Maybe a little.
And Barry didn't recognize me. So
Barry was literally just like a mine worker who got... They're not that wanted.
Well, forgive me for thinking I was a good criminal, okay?
Well, a good criminal wouldn't be the most wanted person with the most recognizable face. Criminal. That's why Glib's not the best criminal in this group. Anyway, you guys materialize on this this street. There are people all around you. Again, students, faculty. Everything seems totally normal. as sort of happened last time, you hear some like faint whispers of excitement and a couple cheers from the crowd as the Rangers manifest in. But then as they notice that the Rangers seem to be like geared up for a fight, some of the people start to look a little bit worried because, you know, a bunch of fully armored superheroes just showed up. That is probably not good. And they are correct. Because after a moment of this, you see some of the random passerby start to shift and morph, their skin kind of changing into this strange grayish armor, as several of them turn into these odd, you know, deformed mimic-like creatures that begin surrounding you.
Dude.
Before the fight starts, just a quick question. What was this Garak? Garak here was teacher, yes? Was he transmutation teacher by any chance?
Again, the Rangers kind of all look around and don't say anything.
Also, we didn't get a long rest or anything.
Oh,
we haven't got a long rest.
I should have said you can have a rest in the Order Realm. I forgot to say that, but you know, Friday, yeah, you can rest in the Order Realm if you want to. Again, that was my bad. I should have said that, but
you know, that should make me feel better, but being a level 11 character about to enter combat still makes me scared.
So a bunch of these things.
Baldric,
upon, you know, kind of getting into a fight, Baldric seems to sort of step up and be more, you know, more excited about the fight as everyone else sort of gears up. And then Specs, who you kind of notice, despite sort of, you know, a feeling that maybe the Red Ranger should be the leader, Specs seems to be the one taking charge in most of the battles since he's maybe the most strategically logical of them. He goes, "All right, Rangers and God friends who are going to help us, I guess. Are you ready?" And everyone else is like, "Yeah!" And everyone roll initiative.
Yeah!
Initiative.
Oh my gosh.
Can we all be extremely confused by them fully dedicating to the Power Rangers?
The point
like,
of this
bit
episode
as they're
and the
moving
vibe
around?
that I wanted to give to this episode, and that's happening now, is very much you guys got dropped in the middle of a completely separate ongoing story that's been happening. It's like those vibes are intentional. This is a different quest that's been happening in the background. So
this is like a backdoor pilot, is what it is. This is a backdoor pilot.
No. If I did this for more than one episode, I would get sued. But I can do this for one episode. I think my love for Power Rangers is great. I think I've earned some goodwill from the Hasbro Corporation, probably. Anyway, yeah. What's everybody's initiative looking like?
All right, I got a 6.
Mine is
11.
All right, hold on. Glib 6.
Good bit with like it's 26 or something.
Yeah, 24.
God,
24. Skeevil.
Always ready.
11.
Oh, this is also the first time you guys are gonna get to see Skeevil fight.
Yeah.
How does he do that?
Goodbid was right. Goodbid's been seeing Glib go crazy this entire time. Is like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gotta happen. I gotta be ready.
It's the trauma. It makes it ready.
I'll do the Rangers
all the time.
in groups of 2 so that we don't have to do an insane amount of combat. I don't want to be annoying with it. We'll make, and then
I just had to grab more D8s because I'm here to whack ass.
I'm like so suspicious of the Rangers. I feel like they have known he's been bad and have just been complicit because they get to be famous.
Hey, maybe.
I'm gonna murder the shit out of them if they do. I'm drinking everyone if that's the case.
You don't know yet. Regardless, speaking of the Rangers, it is actually the Rangers' turn first, which makes sense because they're the most, you know, prepared. They knew what was going to happen when they got here. And I'm using sort of a hybrid of the old class and then my Power Ranger class. So, at this point...
Matt, I have to... When they showed up, was there a Power Rangers, like, explosions behind them? Like, when every time the Power Rangers show up and there's, like, firework explosions that go off in the ground behind them, did we just appear and you just saw...
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Like BB plants.
And you know who?
Oh yeah. Also, you haven't asked. It is canon that BB is like their roles are switched too. BB made their suits. He like upgraded the suits. Anyway, Specs is going first. And oh, that's actually perfect. Okay, so Specs is wait, he only gets one. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Specs actually does miss his first attack, but that's kind of perfect. So what you see when you get into this battle is Specs immediately after sort of doing this call out for the Rangers kind of draws his sword, leaps, does a full sort of somersault in the air before landing in front of one of these strange mimic creatures who is now holding like a staff, and just starts doing like this really flashy like hand-to-hand melee combat that doesn't really seem to be getting anywhere. But
Matt, I'm begging you, please have them be doing the hias every single time.
Of course.
No!
And then
Specs not non-violent? Is he just
no, these are like mimic monsters, but again, he's like, he's not going for the kill, going for the throat. Like, these are mimic monsters that are again, you don't know the context. You don't know what's happened for the past several years.
It's the Batman no-kill rule. It's like they're aliens or something,
they're
so it doesn't count if I blow them up.
For all you know right now. Anyway.
Exactly.
This is actually... Okay, this is more effective.
If they turn out to be humans, his religion falls apart.
He just found out it's very likely that his god is fake, so I'm sure he's gonna be...
Charlie also steps forward and kind of like does it like... pulls out her axe guitar, does like a really dramatic spin that ends in a big flourish strum, and with this very large, very kind of egregiously bright, like yellow burst, sends out these lightning shocks that go into these two, kind of throwing them backwards a little bit. And then it is Goodbid's turn, because they got really high initiative, so.
Oh, heck yeah.
I gotta know, are all of their attacks like non-bloody? Is this like PG-13 violence for them,
I mean,
or like PG violence where it's
they
just?
They haven't hit any attack that would look like that yet. Let's say that, right? This was like a big lightning knockback flourish thing.
Right.
I mean, BB had his gun that
BB hasn't had his turn yet.
BB, I also have his gun, so.
Oh, I forgot about that. We'll do that in a second. That'll be funny.
Sick. Somebody asked a great question in chat of, is Goodbid's briefcase still black?
I'll say you can decide that if you want.
I answered it in chat. I feel like it's a nice tan leather.
I like that.
You can flavor that as much as you want.
So white suit, green tie, tan leather briefcase. Anyways, he points a finger gun towards these three guys to the right, and I should just come out swinging. I'm gonna cast Shatter as a
fourth level spell. Which one did you say you did? The 3 to the. Okay, so
the 3 to the right.
These 3, yeah. I don't know. Can I change my ping color from dark olive green? It feels like that's always so hard to see, but it assigns it to me automatically. I can change it. Oh, look at.
Can it be like electric?
I made it. Oh yeah, I could maybe. This is the best I've got.
That's good.
Hold on.
I get to roll my dice.
There we go. That's very noticeable on the stream.
Cleanse your dice.
Yes. There we go. Oh, I got to roll to hit first.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's a spell.
Oh,
I just roll damage and then they roll a saving throw, which will be a con save, DC 15.
DC 15 for these guys. All right. And I'm assuming you're hitting all 3.
Yeah, I'm hitting all 3.
Only one of them passes. Actually, wait, hold on. No,
okay.
None of them pass. I forgot. None of them pass.
None of them pass. That's what I like to hear. Whoo! All right, we got 14, 18, 22 damage.
Did any of you introduce yourselves? I don't know if that actually happened other than... okay, no. I didn't... other than Glib, they don't know any of your names. Got it. So, Glib, not Glib, Goodbid, upon seeing these strange creatures sort of manifest, kind of whips around, finger guns past, like, in between SG and then the red and green rangers. And these three creatures over here just kind of, like, look at this center of the spell that sort of kind of starts expanding, and then after a second, with this loud sound, just explode into chunks of something. And it's not bloody.
Damn!
It's like... It's almost like they're made of clay or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know.
Who would have ever guessed it?
Weird, right? Clay monsters.
Someone asked in the chat, do they make the noises that
whatever the mystic
these creatures make?
Do. Technically, these are not putties. They're Hydiacs, I think is the name, but they're not that. That's what I base them off of legally. They're not actually Hydiacs, which is they're not because I'm mixing a couple different monsters here. But anyway, they all burst instantly Flash kind of turns over to you and goes, nice.
It's good business. And then I just move over here more strategically.
SG then, your turn.
Yeah, because I am pretending to be Glib, because I have a pretty good hunch that either these rangers are going to betray us or Garrick is watching us actively. So I'm gonna cast Everard's Black Tentacles, so it looks like it's a Kraken attack.
Okay, so you're going full mimic. I like it.
Yeah, so that's
a good plan.
Ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square on the ground that you can see within range. How close am I? Ooh. Oh, this is a 90-foot range spell, so I'm 90 feet away from this cluster of 3 monsters, right?
From which cluster?
Oh, I don't know why. I'm so stupid. The cluster of 3 monsters. Okay. In front of
You are within 90 feet of all of them.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Then in a 20-foot cube, not encompassing Charlie or Specs, that's where the
so you're casting it somewhere around this area, I'm assuming, maybe a little off screen. Okay.
Right. That's gonna be a dexterity saving throw, or they take 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and they're restrained.
All right.
I gotta mark off.
I think it's a 17 because that's what my spell saves.
Okay, you can do the damage.
Ooh, 3d6. Let's see. Do I roll 3d6 for each one?
I don't actually know if this spell has you roll damage separately. So I think some do, some don't. So, I mean,
it says a creature that starts its. Oh, sorry. It just says or take 3d6
for the sake of
damage.
Speed.
I roll all of them.
Yeah. For the sake of speed, so we don't have to do a billion dice rolls. You can just do it all at once.
That's not.
Someone said, "What if Goodbid becomes Specs' new god?" On a saving throw, they take full or no damage or half damage.
Ooh. I guess they take no damage.
Okay, I take no damage. So, you cause these black tentacles to erupt from the ground. This one that had gotten thrown back from Charlie's attack is, crushed into chunks of clay once again. That I was like, why isn't that going away? It's because I was on the player side. I lost my freaking. There it is. This one gets. Oh no, it did go away. There we go. This one gets crushed. This one is restrained by the. It doesn't seem to be disintegrated as much. Had some preparation. And this one that was fighting Specs also gets restrained, and you can see some cracks start to form along its body.
It also says a creature restrained by the tentacle. Sorry. A creature that starts its turn in the area and is already restrained by the tentacles takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and they have not gone yet, have they?
No, they got really bad initiative.
They can use their action to make a strength or dexterity check against my stealth save DC to free itself.
Gotcha.
After they take the damage, I think, though.
Gotcha. So then, if that's your turn, Skeezville, first combat turn. What you gonna do?
I'm trying to decide if there's any reason for Skeezville to rage at this moment. I feel like there's
probably these guys don't seem that strong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like just watching all of this, what is that?
I'll tell you this because this is something you would pick up in the situation. It's not that you guys are doing incredibly well. These guys are not very strong.
No, I'm thinking SG nailed it.
Yeah, I mean you can think whatever you want. Of course, your characters can, but giving you information as well.
We're playing into someone's role. Just for vibes, who's near me? This one right here.
There's two kind of in front of you. This one's a little hard to see because it's kind of on the corner, but there's one here and then there's one here.
Can I attack twice outside of the rage too?
I don't know. I would have to look at your sheet, which I can do.
It just says attacks per action too.
Then that would be Then that would mean you have a double.
Awesome. Then I want to throw a boomerang at each.
You have boomerangs?
I have a boomerang.
I forgot that. Okay, sure. Boomerang them.
Alright.
Did you just condense your character down from you started with Boomy and then we're I'm adding every avatar element into this character?
I picked the funniest weapons that I thought were there. So I have boomerangs, hand axes, and javelins.
You have all
about javelin.
So wait, this short little old man is just stacked with weaponry. I feel like that was important to know that we didn't know before. Anyway, fine, boomerang him.
He's just covered in shit.
It's a little old man, and many javelins are just with him.
Throw your weapons, tiny old man.
Anyway, I throw a boomerang at the first one. We'll do this in 2 different ones.
So that. Which do you mean by first?
Whichever.
Okay, we'll say left first.
That was a ridiculously low roll.
10 to hit. That I saw it on. No, that's not gonna do it. It's close.
All right, then it comes back to me. I want to throw it right back at him. That's my second attack.
Okay, yeah. So go for it. It'd be really funny if you missed. A 13. A 13 actually. Oh wait, what's their AC? No, a 13 actually doesn't hit. It was real close. But I do like this imagery of like. I imagine the rest of the party kind of looks over because like this is the first time they've ever seen Skeezville fight, and he just kind of like lightly chunks some boomerangs and misses both of them.
Specifically, I want him to like sit down, like cross-legged, and just throw a boomerang at somebody.
It just kind of like whiffs.
And it comes back, and he throws it again, it comes back again.
The monster, this is a good, Power Rangers-esque moment. You throw it, the guy just kind of like stops, and you see his eyes like track it as it swings around. And he just kind of like stands there. And that's your turn. That'll actually make the rage even funnier later. Okay, more Ranger time. It's kind of obvious what, oh wait. SG still has Baldrick's gun. Baldrick, you see him kind of like, he reaches for something that's at his side, and then like kind of looks down and sees that it's not there. Luckily, SG is like 5 feet away from him, so he just kind of looks at him and goes, "Give me my gun back!"
I don't trust you. No.
I don't have magic with that.
No. He's like, "Come on, you took it from. Look, we're on the same side here. We're just trying to help the people. Give me my gun back."
I don't see. Why should I give you? Actually, you know what? I will give you this gun back, but this is going to be considered business transaction.
No, you're giving me back the thing you stole.
You can buy it back from me.
No, that's not.
Are we having a transaction in the middle of a fight?
So
actively in a fight.
All of this is happening in the 6 seconds too.
I throw him one of the guns from the order room and be like, "Use that."
Oh, okay. Which one? Dual pistol or rifle? Also, Holy Cafe, thank you for all the gifted subs. I see a bunch of those coming in. Thank you very much.
I give him one of the dual rifle.
One dual pistol. Okay. And he does get a nat 20 on it. Okay, so I don't even remember how much damage that did. I genuinely don't remember. Did you write it down by any chance?
Fuck no.
Okay, I'm gonna make it up. It's my own homebrewed thing anyway. Wow. Okay. So Baldrick, he kind of takes it. He's never seen anything like this before. He kind of just looks at it and goes, but he recognizes it as a gun. And kind of just like holds, he like pokes it a little bit, taps it, holds it up to the nearest monster, which is the one above Glib, clicks the button, and just obliterates its entire head. And it falls over.
Jesus.
And he kind of goes, "Oh, okay, no, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. This is mine. Business transaction. This is mine now." Because he talked so much, I'm gonna give that his turn. So it is then Flash's turn, and Flash is gonna do something that I think Nikhil will think is really stupid, but kind of get a kick out of. Flash, you see him like kind of make like a dash, like a little movement towards the one in front of him, and kind of leap, and then in midair, you see his body morph into a wolf, still wearing like a wolf-shaped Power Ranger suit, and just tackle the monster.
Does it have a wolf Power Ranger helmet though? Does it just cover up the eyes and?
I mean, I could use the Anubis Kruger SPD logic where it's just a humanoid head, but I'm not gonna do that because that's awful. So yes, it is a dog-shaped helmet.
That's horrible.
It's a dog-shaped helmet. It is not Kruger's suit, and he is gonna hit, tackling this one and just kind of smashing it and like ripping it apart with his wolf claws, pretty effectively. At this point, it is the monster's turn. There's not many of them left. as you can see. But they are going to attack. We'll have this one attack Glib first.
Oh, remember they take 3d6 bludgeoning damage on their turn.
Okay, I'll do that when we get around to the ones. I'm doing the one at Glib. He did get a nat 1 though. Okay. So this one kind of. Oh wait, no, this one's dead. What am I talking about? This one got deleted by Baldric, so never mind. I'll roll again. We'll do the bottom one first. SG, what's your AC? No, actually, Skeezville, what's your AC?
Mine? 17.
17. So the one that you were chunking your boomerangs at kind of like rears its head back and like slams it and kind of spits this purple ball of acid at you that kind of just like also whiffs and crashes into the ground next to you. So Skeezville's fighting this whole thing is just throwing things at each other and missing. And then the others... Oh, that one's actually still active. Okay, this one takes some damage but does not die. That one is probably going to die. Yes, that one also dies. This one, the tentacles that are crushing, as for flavor, we'll say Specs kind of does it. As the tentacles start crushing it and cracking its body more, Specs kind of draws out his shield very quickly, like whips his shield out from behind his back, and like power slams it into the thing's chest, crushing it against the tentacles with strength, surprising for a tiny little guy, and smashes it. And you can then see he kind of like does like some little hand motion that seems you guess it's something religious, maybe some sort of like not really atonement, but some sort of acknowledgement of the necessity of violence and like a cosmic apology, if you will, for the kill that he has done. This one is still up though. You said strength saving throw to break out of the tentacles?
It says strength or dexterity.
Okay. It does not break out though. And actually then it's Charlie's turn first, so loops back around to her. This one's dead.
Any attack rolls against this thing have advantage.
Oh, sick. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, seeing the tentacles restraining it, she kind of decides to go for the same thing that Specs did and do a melee attack with her axe, cleaving the thing very solidly in half since it is held. Goodbid, you are the last one up. The only monster that is remaining is this one that's kind of just having a game of catch with Skeezville.
Excellent.
Speaking of Skeezville... Oh, no, he's... Yeah.
Wait, Goodbid's the last one up?
Oh, actually, I think I got the... Goodbid's next up.
Glib, did you go?
Oh, wait.
I didn't go.
Never mind. Glib is the unluckiest person, and I accidentally messed it up. Yeah, Glib is last. Glib can have the final blow on this. My bad. Sorry. They're not allowed.
It's this guy over
this
here,
one here
right?
At the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm just going to rain down with unholy terror. I'm going to shoot all 3 bolts of Eldritch Blast at it.
All right.
Go for it. All 3. That is an 18, a 27.
I mean, that hits.
And a 27. All of those hit
pretty effectively.
Okay, that is going to be a 13, a 7, and a 9.
Unless you want to flavor this specifically, I've got a way to do it.
Go nuts.
Glib kind of Glib sort of watches his former friends, I guess, because he's not loving them right now. Glib kind of watches his former friends in battle with these weird monsters, and as his eyes drift over, he sees Skeezville and this thing kind of just chunking stuff at each other, and just sort of like slowly raises a hand up and just blasted into nothingness from across the field.
Nice.
Turns into dust in a second.
I want to just turn and give him like 2 thumbs up.
Skeezville still sitting on the ground. Skeezville just like...
Alright, my hand still raised, firing at it, just...
So, yeah.
I mean, he has, 4 fingers, so it's just...
So the monsters seem to be gone. The Rangers kind of turn into you guys and are, they kind of, high five because they're Power Rangers and they're cheesy. You guys have any reactions to that?
Well, that was ridiculously easy.
Mm-hmm.
Baldric...
I'm sorry, these have been giving you problems?
You say this was ridiculously easy because...
What is funny about that statement? That was so easy.
Specs pipes up at this point and goes, well, it takes a second sometimes, but there's usually a bigger one.
What do you mean a bigger one?
At that, from, there's still a crowd around you. From sort of in the crowd, off to the other side to your left, you hear a loud roaring sound as another one of the bystanders starts quickly growing and mutating into...
Why don't we just kill the whole crowd?
This thing.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Again,
what
was your mentor
that?
a transmutation professor by any chance?
Look, okay, you've mentioned it a couple times and I'm thinking about it.
Why is Glib not?
Oh, people are saying Megazord. It's not that big. It's like maybe like 10, 15 feet tall. These squares are 5 feet. So.
Oh, it's only 10, 15 feet tall.
Okay,
fine. That's all.
And this is a mimic,
Wait,
not a construct.
It's 10 feet tall? I want Flash to box it.
Oh, I mean, hey, is something that could happen. Flash is a wolf right now, but he's still a big wolf.
Kaiju fight!
We'll keep everybody's initiative as it stands right now, except for the little monsters, of course. I'll give this guy he got bad initiative.
Oh, and Nikhil, to answer why Glib isn't answering, he thinks it's pretty obvious by the fact he's a fucking frog. That's
I just had a terrifying
That's the only reason he's...
thought. Are they going to morph too into like another Megazord thing?
If they transmutate into a Megazord, I swear to God.
There's no transmutation required. Just get him on Flash's shoulders. It'll even up.
Rangers the Baylor go.
Hey,
and they just
wrap around his hands like stuff.
How little faith do you guys have in me? You think I would make a reference that obvious? Guys,
yes.
Come on. Have some faith in your
A little
DM.
bit.
Hey, look, combat's still going. Everyone's being mean to the
janitor
DM.
Torch Harry Potter specifically to
Guys,
death.
I looked at this monster's stat block wrong. It actually does twice the damage I thought it did. Man.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, hold on.
Talk shit, get hit, fuckers. Let's see what
Anyway,
happens.
since I messed up the order, I'm gonna say it is now Goodbid's turn, and we'll loop back around to what it's supposed to be. So this thing has grown out of the crowd. Flash kind of looks at it, still in his wolf form, and you hear the wolf speak. He goes, "Yep, there it is."
Oh boy. So okay, it's 10 feet tall. It's not a construct, is it?
You don't
it's just
really
a mimic?
know.
Either way, I'm casting Shatter. We're gonna do it again as a 4th level spell.
I love the idea that the entire party is very unimpressed because we have seen much worse than this, and they're like, "There's always a bigger one." And
the Rangers look.
We
like,
saw multiple horror movie monsters.
They look like they're taking this very seriously, but like they were kind of like. They were having fun in the last fight, being kind of flashier than they needed to. Like, you can see they've, like, steeled themselves for a more intense combat here.
And we're looking around like, we fought Polnaros. We fought...
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is...
Like, oh no, it's 10 feet tall.
Oh no, it's tall. It's got teeth in its chest. I've seen a man whose head's upside down. I have his phone number.
I should report to him. It's been a while now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway.
It makes a DC 15 con save with disadvantage if it's a construct.
Oh, it definitely... it actually does pass that. Got a good roll.
Boo! Well, it still takes half damage. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5 for a 4th level? I believe it's 5 for a 4th level. Let me double check. That is not the right spell. Yes. Okay. Who? Very, very incredibly average rolls. 21 halved to 11 or 10.
So
or whatever
you cast another shatter spell, and sort of like the others, you see its body kind of like inflate almost. It like blows up with the slime sort of that makes up its red parts expanding. But then after a moment. The slimy red parts of its body reform, and its large mouth just roars at you.
Ah, this one's a little bit tougher.
Charlie kind of goes, "Yep, they always are." It does seem to.
That's all I do.
I'm in the back. It reacted, but it was not. It was not. It did not explode in the sense that you were hoping it would. I think so. SG, your turn.
Wait, the Power Rangers didn't go.
Huh? I messed up the order. I sort of reset it to what it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Because they went at the end of last time, and then it's start. I didn't reset this. I'm starting it back from where we were. It's like the same combat.
Okay, cool. There's that rule. I can't. Is Shadow Blade considered a spell?
Is Shadow Blade considered a spell? I don't remember what that is, to be honest.
Like, it's a bonus action, but I know you can't cast 2 spells in a round. I don't know if it counts because it's a bonus action.
I would imagine you probably... Is that one that, like, empowers an attack?
No, it's, like, literally, like, a psychic damage Shadow Blade.
Let me look at your spell here.
Like,
that's
my ones in my character sheet are up to date.
Okay. I'll say you can, because I don't know the details, so go for it.
Cool. All right, I'm still pretending to be Glib, so I have to do anything that I think I can get away with as a Kraken God. So I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar or Hadar. I don't know what it is. Again, that's a black, I guess, shadow thing. Forms above it. It's a 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold.
Okay.
And that's 150 feet range spell, so I'm definitely within range.
Yeah.
And it's going to form around it.
Okay.
It's a warlock spell, which makes sense in this. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's how much damage is that? That's going to be. Ooh. I guess that's no damage right away, but any creature that starts to turn in the area, it takes 2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
And my bonus action Shadow Blade is going to... Ooh, I'm going to cast it... How high should I cast that? I'm going to cast that... as a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
As a 3rd level spell, that's going to be 3d8 psychic damage.
And that's a save, I'm assuming, of some kind?
Ooh, I don't think it says it's a save.
I mean, it would be something.
It's probably something. It just says...
It can't be guaranteed that much damage.
It, like, literally does not say it's a save or anything. It just says it deals... it says it counts as a simple melee weapon.
Oh, okay.
Which you are proficient. Okay.
Okay, so it's a
spell I guess it's
attack.
Just, like...
Yeah, it's an attack.
Spell attack.
Yeah, it's a spell attack.
Oh, right. Okay. So I guess it'd be my spell save DC of 17.
Well, no, it's a spell. If it's a spell attack, you have to roll it.
Okay. So I just like roll a d20 and then add 9 to it because my spell attack is +9.
That's a really good spell attack modifier. Dang. And yes.
So that's a 13 plus 9 is.
That's going to
22?
hit. 22. That's gonna hit.
Okay, 22, and that's gonna be 3d8. 3d8 damage.
All right, go for it.
Where are my d8s? Here. I'm rolling all of them and roll 20. 12.
12. Noted.
Not great, not bad.
I should know. Can you put this sort of ice field around it? Can you see it? Does it obscure vision?
I think it does obscure vision. Yeah, but like, I feel like since I cast it.
Yeah, I'm asking for other people. But okay, so you can't see what exactly happened to it.
Or otherwise can pierce this.
Yeah, you can't see exactly what happened to it, but you do something. Skis.
Yeah, it is also blinded.
Yeah. Skis Vol.
And attack rolls against it have advantage.
I think just for flavor, we'll say that no one's known how many weapons.
Yeah, because no one has.
Casually stand up now and like take the cloak robe thing off, and then it'll be revealed all my javelins. I have 4 javelins, I think, and my hand axes that are strapped to me. And then I will still not raging, casually pull out a javelin and just chuck it at the thing's mouth.
Okay, you can't see it, so
you can't see it, but anything has advantage.
Yeah,
anyway.
which is weird.
Can I see it? Why can't I see?
SG put like a darkness shadow field around it.
Also,
oh wait, no, you're tremor. You have tremor sense, so yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no, you're good because you're sensing it through vibrations, not through sight. So you're good. So yeah, you have advantage for sure.
Being blind is lit. That's a 16.
16 is not going to hit, though.
That was with advantage?
That was not with advantage.
Again.
I had advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Can I roll something higher than an 8? Ooh, I can. That's a 25.
25 is definitely going to do it. So roll for your damage.
That is 8.
Did you add your strength to that?
I think shouldn't it do it for me, or does it not?
Oh, it might be doing it for if you're doing it. If you're doing it manually, then yes. So you you casually reveal the myriad arsenal of weapons that you've just been carrying on you this whole time, apparently, and just kind of chunk a spear into this sphere of darkness, which you don't know is there. I guess you have no reason to know that it's there. You hear, you can sense that the monster definitely got stabbed and definitely took damage. No one else can. They just saw you kind of chunk a spear in there. And given that the previous interaction was you just kind of like throwing things at a monster, I assume there's not a lot of faith in what you just did, but you know what?
I don't even look for anything. I sit back down.
Okay. And now it is the Ranger's turn. The Ranger's over here in the backside. Still fascinated with this blaster that SG has given him. Baldric, who wants his gun back but is not really worried about it right now, is going to kind of just blind fire into this thing, and is actually going to hit. Oh, he only has one pistol, right? But he is going to hit. That was a D100. And he, again, does damage. You can kind of hear like a splatting sound as the beam kind of streaks through, but you can't see exactly what happened. He still seems very enamored with this weapon that he has. However, now it is...
I think I could have made the mistake.
Flash's turn here. Oh, wait, it has advantage too. Well, it hit anyway. I guess I should roll to see if he got a nat 20 again. He did not. Flash's turn. Flash kind of steps up to it and is like about to go into the ice field, and then sort of turns over to SG and goes, "Is that going to hurt me if I stand in there?"
Do you want it to hurt?
No.
Then don't go in there.
Okay, and he just kind of like, he's still a wolf, by the way. He's still doing all of this in wolf form. He kind of just like, he moves over to this side of the thing, seeming like, and kind of, you can tell he's kind of getting ready to pounce, like preparing some sort of, preparing an attack for when he can see it again. Glib, your turn.
All right. I'm debating if I want to go full psycho or if I just want to use my Eldritch Blast.
It's everybody's constitution.
Oh.
Glib, you need to get careful spell.
I'm just checking. I just want to check.
Also, there's, well, I was about to say there's all the Rangers. I don't think you care about hitting them, even though they were your only friends for a while.
For a while, they abandoned me and are now were protecting the guy that.
Sure, they abandoned you. Yeah,
blood vendetta,
sure,
I guess.
Sure.
I'm saying from Glib's perspective here, not mine. I know what actually happened.
Let's see if I can balance these cameras here.
I'm just gonna do my usual. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast. I was thinking of doing Circle of Death, but that has such a large radius. It's essentially like nuking the playing field.
There are also like people running around too. No one actively in the battlefield, but like if you do a massive power nuke, it's gonna.
I would have killed so many people.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to Eldritch Blast in the direction of the monster, where I think its mouth is, because I can't see it because darkness.
I'll say it's a neutral thing because you can't see it, but like that would give you disadvantage, but you should have advantage because it's slowed, so it's just a neutral thing. We'll say.
I think this thing I cast is supposed to give advantage to people attacking.
Oh, like regard. Okay, sure. We'll say you have advantage on it. Why not?
All right, advantage on hitting or advantage on damage.
Hitting damage is not a damage advantage is not a thing. Also, I don't know where Nikhil's still in the call, so I don't think it's an internet thing. He's probably dealing with something real quick. Continue. Someone in the chat asked.
So that is a 23 I only get advantage on one of the rolls, right? Because it's three bolts.
It's all attacks on him while he's in this
all three
field.
All right, great. That is a 23, a 26, and a 25. I'm going to assume all
of those hit pretty successfully.
All right, so then that is going to be a 10, a 14, and a 5 in damages.
Again, you can't see. It makes it very easy for me to describe these attacks because you can't see what's happening. So you fire your bolts into the mass in the general direction of the monster, which is pretty big. You hear another like roar sound and some gross splatters. If anyone is on the back of this, they would see a couple chunks of red slime kind of fly out the back of the cloud, but you guys can't see that. For all from what you hear, it sounds like it worked, but that is basically all that you can hear.
Okay.
Unless you want to, or are you moving anywhere? Is that the end of your turn?
I don't trust this thing not to squish me, so I'm gonna stand back for right now.
It's standing back.
Also, I don't take it very serious, so Glib is very much like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what you've been doing?
SG, remind me what the effect is that happens on the start of this thing's turn, if it's in the field.
It takes 2d6 cold damage for starting. It has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage at the end of its turn.
Oh, at the end of its turn. Okay, so you see that it after Glib, you kind of hear the splats from Glib firing, and then see this thing just charging out of the cloud towards all of you.
It saved its dex.
Oh, does it have to save dex to move?
Yeah, I think it says.
I thought you said that was for damage, or is it for both?
I'm confused actually. I don't think it restrains it.
Yeah, I thought it was damage at the beginning of the turn, which I did, and I'm about to say something about. What just happened? Oh, I know what I did.
Oh yeah, it doesn't restrain it.
Okay, so it does come, charging out. A couple things are going to happen when it does. First off, I want everybody, actually, we'll say SG specifically. Make a perception check, SG.
I have thoughts on why I'm doing this. That's only a 12. I don't see shit.
No, 12 is actually fine. This is
really?
This is a combat thing. I don't know what you thought it was going to be. You notice as it charges out of this, the sort of slimy skin that makes up the red parts of its body appears kind of cracked, as if the cold damage is like hardening it and messing with it a little bit. That's
Can
just
I like vocalize that only to my crew?
Yeah. Only to your friends. Sure, yes.
So telepathically, I think cold damage hurts it the most.
Yeah, cold damage seems effective. Now, there is something else that's happening when it charges out of the battlefield, which is that the second it's visible, the giant Power Ranger wolf that is Flash is just gonna full-on body slam the side of it. Let's see. But he actually is gonna miss, unfortunately. Actually, I think he would have. No, he would have advantage on that stuff. No, he.
He
cut
him some slack.
So
his vision was all blurry. He was going for it, but he missed by just a little bit.
I'll give him some of the credit. The slime of the monster's body kind of like bends, and he just sort of sails right by.
Ew, like a slip and slide.
I meant around, but if you want to say through and be disgusting, sure, whatever. That's your ability. All right, then that would be back around to actually the other Rangers. That would be Charlie and Specs. Now, you did not say anything about cold damage, right? You kept that little piece of information to yourself. Okay. Then Specs is going to actually wait. What's Specs's smite? I have so many character sheets up. Nathan, do you know it off the top of your head what his smite is? I can find it, but sure. Okay, I'll do Charlie's, and that'll be faster.
What level are they right now? Would they be like 10th level?
I'm not telling you.
Oh.
I'm not telling you. Charlie's actually also gonna miss. You guys see why they've been having trouble with these things. So Charlie's going to kind of like send a lightning bolt into it, but it's not really having much of an effect anywhere.
Imagine if they're still 3rd level.
They are lower level than you. I'm gonna tell you that much.
I'm just staring at him like I almost got stuck with these fucking fools.
And then
he has a searing smite, which just turns his weapon into radiant light, and it does an extra at a 1st level.
Okay,
it does an
so
extra D6 fire damage. But it'll do another D6.
He's also gonna miss.
Yeah.
So yeah, this monster like both. Well, you know what? This will Power Ranger flavor this a little bit more. As this monster charges out, all 3 of the Rangers coordinate their attacks. So Flash jumps in and misses, and then as Specs and Charlie jump in from either side, the monster just smacks both of them away simultaneously. So you guys see all 3 of them like, run in and just totally whiff everything. At which point it is Goodbin's turn once again.
Glib, did you go? Did Glib go?
No, wait, Glib is no, Glib. Yeah, Glib went. He fired all the Eldritch Blasts in.
Oh,
yeah,
you're right. You're right.
I put Glib in between them last time because I messed it up. Now we're going in the order that we intended to. So sorry, that was confusion because I looked at the thing wrong. Now we are in the intended order.
Got it.
These guys suck.
I don't want to be boring and keep. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.
Again, when I said that this was the episode where you guys kind of get thrown into a side story, you guys are getting the sense that what is happening here is you have entered a boss fight for a much lower level campaign. is what this fight is right now.
We've got entered into a much sadder side story where it's like
there will be stakes in a couple minutes.
In a bit.
I'm just gonna cast Shatter again, but just as a regular 2nd level spell.
All right, so
like we're realizing very quickly, like we don't really need a high level.
It's just kind of this is working.
It's like,
I can't wait for their celebration at the end of this to be like, yeah, we did it, guys, and we're just standing back there like, what the fuck is wrong with you nerds? Jesus.
Yeah, not burning any more 4th levels for that. Con 15.
And
then I gotta roll these dice. That'll be 14
you
damage.
Fire off another one of these shatter bursts into the chest of the monster, and it does reform once again, but notably, possibly because of the fact that it is somewhat frozen, it reforms much slower. It strongly seems to be weakening.
I do still instinctually move back
no
as the
reason
monster
not to do
approaches.
That. Speaking of...
And I guess I'll give... yeah, fuck it. They don't need my bard.
They're fine. They have a bard. They have a bard.
They'll be alright.
SG, your turn.
Don't waste it.
I am not going to leave where I am right now. I'm just going to cast Chromatic Orb. Honestly, I'm just going to... It's gonna be a 1st level spell. I'm insulted.
I love. I wish there was if this was an animated show, just the vibes of you guys just gradually caring less and less as the fight goes on is very good.
Oh, brother. I guess I'll cast Shatter.
I think I'm literally just going to we're all turn to walk away and just throw the Chromatic Orb over my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be cold damage for the Chromatic Orb though.
With how we're standing, it's like Skeezville was sitting down and we all just kind of walked up as we realized this guy was lame and are just kind of firing from one spot.
That's a 14 to hit.
Goodbit's backing up like.
I don't like me. I got claustrophobia.
Does a 14 hit?
Too many people.
14 does not. It's not that. It's not that weak.
Dang it. Oh, so I just walk away. I just throw it over my shoulder. Don't know I miss it. Just keep walking. So I'm gonna walk like.
SG just leaves.
I'm just gonna walk over, over here somewhere.
Yeah. So SG just kind of bails.
Just walking away.
As the enthusiasm for this fight gradually wanes, Skeezville, your turn.
I honestly, not gonna lie, not been
That's fair. That's fair.
No, there's lots of attacks, and I choose to believe Skeezle is also just kind of vibing, falling asleep on his ground.
Just the old man taking.
I get up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I get up. I still got some more javelins. I'm gonna keep chucking them.
Go for it.
How many fucking javelins you have, man?
Yeah, Jesus. I got a 21 to hit on the first one. I can throw two. I only threw one last time. This time I'll throw two.
Yeah,
I
both of those hit.
21 hits. All right, that's 9 damage. Then the next one was only a 16.
We'll say that actually hits because it's frozen at the moment.
All right, and that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Amazingly, as everyone is kind of rapidly losing enthusiasm for this fight, Skeezle just kind of like stands up. Well, he's standing up. Just kind of like walks forward and just chunks a couple of javelins into the monster. And as the second javelin goes in, it just sort of like bursts into red slime that sort of goes everywhere. Very anticlimactic. I mean, it explodes, but like fairly anticlimactically for what this thing was. All of the Rangers look happy, but like stunned as the crowd who's around kind of starts cheering. Charlie kind of looks at Steve and goes, "That was impressive."
My friend, I have been in battles for centuries. This was very boring, and I am ashamed to be here.
Just kind of
from where I am on the other side, I'm like, it really wasn't.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see a centaur in the crowd anywhere?
Go for it.
All right. Anyone else have see invisibility? I feel like he'd be invisible. I do have see invisibility. I probably should have done that.
Oh, I do have the tremor sense though. If he's invisible, could I sense a centaur?
I'm gonna tell you now. He is not invisible around you. Don't worry about using all your stuff to find it.
That's a 10. I don't see shit.
There's a lot of people in the crowd.
I'm gonna scan the crowd as well and see if I can.
Again, you don't see anything immediately.
Matt was like, he's not
Both
here.
Both of you were like, yeah.
He's like, all right, so this.
I don't trust that shit. So, maybe he's in there somewhere.
Kind of huddle up. We can go back to the. Hold on, we can go back to this. The Rangers kind of like huddle up around you, and Specs again turns to everybody. And goes, Glib, what did you say you were doing these past few years again?
God killing.
I can't believe I had to ask this, but I just want to be sure. You haven't met anyone named Vaktan in your travels, have you?
That's so... Please lie.
I'm not gonna answer.
Please
No. I don't say that. I'm just staring at him, and then I turn to the crowd again.
Specs again kind of glances down at his hands, and then kind of looks up and just kind of like... You see him just kind of nod a little bit. Seemingly very...
Elder was the god of knowledge, right?
Yeah, knowledge was his thing.
Okay, not wisdom. Cool.
At this point,
I'm gonna laugh so much if Friday killed the god and took its spot.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying anything yet. Remember, Vaktan could be like centuries old and dead. There's no... There's a
this
lot
is
of...
True.
That's a very high possibility.
Could be
centuries old and dead.
Can I roll a nat 20 now? If I roll a nat 20, I get to know if he's alive somewhere.
I mean, DM has not yet decided, so I'm not going to say. But...
Psychologically reach out through the Godforce.
No, I don't know. 16. I was close, but like...
At this point, the Ranger again kind of Specs looks a little bit shaken. He's worried about the status of his god, but that's something that we'll maybe get to later. Flash turns back into a wolf and kind of just goes over and sort of like nods at you guys. You're like, nice. It's becoming more and more obvious that he is definitely high in battle. You can actually see like when he kind of like takes something out of his pocket. It seems to be some sort of mushroom that he plans on consuming after the battle now that it's done. But you'll figure, that'll happen in a second.
And is filled with mushrooms. I know this well.
Yeah. Baldric at this point goes over to SG and goes, gun back now, please.
I don't really want to, because I don't trust you. I will give you gun back once we have killed Goldrick. Not Gold, actually, what's his name?
Wait, hold on. Did you just say you were gonna kill me?
Gorgug, what the fuck was the guy's name again?
Gorgug. That's wrong show. Wrong show, Mama.
That one.
Garrock, yeah.
I want this to be BB's reaction and what SG is saying in the game. He's like, wait, what did you say? You're like, fuck.
Shit. I forgot. It's something to be. It's a G something probably.
At this point, as you guys are talking, what do you think is gonna happen for the trope-filled episode? You hear an sort of outraged grunt from the crowd as it parts, revealing a centaur-looking man that only one of you seems to recognize. He is older, like he is notably a couple years older. The past few years don't seem to have been incredibly kind to him. But he strides out of the crowd and ignores everybody else, ignores even the rangers that are sort of under his watchful eye, and of course stares directly at Glib.
Wait, which Glib? I'm human Glib.
Oh, human Glib. Okay, he looks at human Glib for a second first, and then his eyes drift over to frog Glib. And he kind of looks at Glib for a second, like very judgmentally, just sort of staring at him. And then, without a word, turns to the Rangers and goes, "Rangers, excellent work dispatching the newest monster."
Glib is kind of frozen with hate right now.
Yeah.
He's trying to see if he moves. He's trying to see if he does something. Glib has not said or moved or breathed in the last couple of seconds.
The Rangers also look kind of confused before Charlie speaks. He goes, "Garrock, I'm sure you got our message, so you probably know what's going on." And he cuts her off. He goes, "However, I am disappointed in you, as there is clearly another monster in your midst that you have not yet disposed of." And he gestures at Glib. I'm assuming this laugh is in character, by the way. I feel like
yeah.
Can I do something? I need to talk to Glib.
You can talk to Glib.
Glib, in your mind, I'm gonna be like, don't react when I do this, and I'm going to run, tackle Glib, and as I tackle him, I transform into Glib, and I cast what's the one? The one you mirror image.
You're just making a bunch of Glib. Oh, I like that plan. Yeah. I like that. Okay. I like this. I like this.
Love it.
So now there are 4 Glibs on the playing field.
Wouldn't it be 5?
Well, wait.
4 extra, because mirror image doesn't.
I think mirror image does 2.
I don't remember if mirror image is 2. I know.
Oh no, you're right. It's 3.
I was about to say I know mirror image is 3, but I don't know if it's 3 images or 2 images and the real one. So it's 5.
It's 3 mirror images, so there's now 5 Glibs on the board, and there's no way for him to know which one is the real one because I'm mimicking everything Glib does.
Yeah. So he seems like he kind of smirks at this, seemingly a little bit impressed by this use of magic. And then he kind of, again, ignores all the Glibs entirely and once again turns to the Rangers and goes, "You have taken on more dangerous threats. Don't care how many there are. You've been training for this." At which point the Rangers...
Have they taken more dangerous?
The Rangers all kind of...
he has no idea.
Drift over. Yeah, he has, like... He clearly does not know, by the way, what Glib has been doing. Like, he has not kept tabs on Glib. The Rangers all kind of, like, they look confused. They look at Glib. You see them, like, kind of go to their weapons again, but you can't really tell who they're going to go for, because this is obviously very suspicious. The crowd that's still around you is hushed. Are any of you guys doing anything, or are you waiting for someone else to make a move?
I raised my head.
Garrock kind of looks at you, sort of, like, kind of instinctively, for him being a professor, he kind of looks and goes, "Yes."
Hi, did you make him a frog? I gotta know this. This is really fucking my life up. I don't care about any of this. I care.
Oh, actually, okay, that's actually interesting. Hold on, let me do a... Oh yeah, that's a good roll. Okay. He looks Skeevil dead in the eyes and goes, "That is a ridiculous accusation. Why on earth would I do that? No, I did not make him into a frog." Everyone can roll an insight against that deception, by the way, if you want. Okay,
Stop.
Hold on. Glib's doing something.
Pause. The second he says, "No, I didn't," Glib starts screaming and immediately casts Grasp of the Kraken on his feet. He pulls him down and straps him to the ground.
What's the save for that? Someone just said Skeevil doesn't have eyes.
Creatures of your choice within 10 feet of that point must make a strength saving throw against your warlock spell save DC.
Oh, nope, that's a 5. That's definitely not going to do it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be it. Immediately Grasp of the Kraken pulls him to the ground. I am going to... How brutal do I want to be with this?
Go ape shit.
I have options.
Go ape shit.
Redemption.
I want him to grab his mouth. He grabs him by the mouth and he says, well, not fully like over his mouth, grabs right here on his face so he can still move his jaw, and says, "Say it again. One more fucking time."
Okay, so wait, hold on. You grabbed his... Describe it to me again, because you want him to talk while you're holding his jaw? Okay.
So he's strapped to the ground with ground with tentacles, right? Glib walks up, grabs him by the face so his palm is over his mouth. He's threatening to Eldritch Blast him in the throat.
At this, all the Rangers do openly draw their weapons. Again, you don't know for what purpose. You can't, none of you can tell. You could roll an insight if you want, but... let's see. Let me look at his options here.
Fuck.
Let me look at this spell.
Question is, do we have to go to combat, or will Matt just let him murder the?
Hey, we'll see. I maybe have some things coming here.
I tried to insight on the Rangers and I only got it.
Hey,
okay, insight on the Rangers while I look at this spell here.
I like when we all roll things. It's.
I didn't know. I forgot my insight was really good.
25? Okay, I'll give that to you since that's good and you have psychic communication. You do very strongly get the sense the Rangers actually don't believe him. Like, that was, a good lie by a stroke of luck.
Interesting.
You don't know if they're openly willing to attack their mentor, but, they're not getting rid of, they're drawing their weapons because something is obviously about to happen. They're not doing it because they're about to immediately tackle Glib. That said, Glib, you need to make a Constitution save.
Everyone's favorite stat.
That's gonna be a 19.
Okay,
a 19. Oh,
let's go.
Okay, a 19 actually is going to pass it. So Garrock, you're covering his mouth, but you see him smirk, and cast Thunder Wave. So everything around him, which is pretty big, he casts it at seemingly a high level. All the dust and debris on the ground, everyone is thrown backwards, and Glib is just unmoving, still standing there, solid as a rock. And at that, you can see the first kind of, not fear, but concern kind of come across his face.
I just remembered he's a horse, so I'm just how is he even oriented?
He's a centaur. He's got human face.
Yeah. I'm still holding him by the face, and remember, he's strapped to the ground with tentacles right now.
But, is his back like this? Because it's attached to a horse.
I'm assuming that the horse side got put sideways, so his human side's just leaning up while I'm
whatever you
want
to do for centaur mechanics, I don't care.
Yeah. Centaur is low enough for Glib to be able to hold him. We'll put it that way. I'm gonna have Glib say wrong answer and use one of his 3 daggers to stab him in the side. Not lethally. He's torturing him now. He does not.
Noted. You're still
mad.
gonna have to roll for it, but you can. It's only there's reasons you'll have to roll.
All right. What am I rolling?
It would just be an attack thing, an attack roll.
Okay. I think that's would that be unarmed strike?
It would be a dexterity if it's a dagger, I believe. Yeah.
Dex. All right. That's gonna be another 19.
You do stab him.
All right. Glib stabs him, and he's gonna change position. He's not him by the face anymore. He's gonna climb behind him, hold him by the back of the head, and say, "I want you to tell them what you did to me."
Okay, you know what? I think he's Glib. A second Constitution save. He's trying that again.
Oh, of course he is.
This is where the God of Law should pipe up about this not being.
Fuck!
Oh, what was that? As you move position, Garrock takes advantage of the sort of gap in your stance and thunder waves again. Let's see. Actually, you do take damage from that. Oh, you should have taken half damage from the first one, but I forgot that, so we'll flavor it as not worrying about it. 17 damage.
Ooh.
As he just power bursts, destroying the tentacles around you, throwing you backwards. Or I guess you were still in front of him? Like where are you getting thrown basically?
I would be behind him at this point when he does that.
Okay.
I was jumping. I was spinning behind him to do it.
Bursts outwards, throwing you backwards, and then still he takes a second to compose himself and kind of takes a few steps forward, and goes, "Rangers, I expect you to get to it." The Rangers don't move. You can go for it. Yeah, the Rangers don't move.
All right, I'm aiming at his legs, but I'm going to Eldritch Blast because I have 3. I'm trying to try and hit each of his legs. That is going to be
hit
a 21.
Not a hit.
An 11. Okay, and
definite
a 27.
Hit. 27. Wow, yeah.
Okay, I'm taking out. If there's 4 legs, I'm taking out 1 on each side, so it knocks him over. And then I am going to jump on him
roll for that,
again.
I'm assuming you want to do. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, I do. Damage is a 6 and another 6.
Okay,
Both 2 6s.
That does work. He does fall over. And again, you see concern. Well, maybe not Glib because he's, behind him. But everybody else sees, again, a look of concern come over this guy's face, which you guys aren't familiar with him, so you don't really know how notable that is. You were tackling him again, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to jump on top of him.
So you're on top of him again. Again, he seems more and more concerned and frustrated, not scared yet. But he kind of keeps looking up to the Rangers. Yeah. As he kind of yells at them to act for a third time, Specs, being the first one to do this, obviously wanting, to not get into a fight if not necessary, actively kind of sheaths his weapon and then just kind of stares at him. And then the other Rangers follow suit.
Good. I'm going to put my hand, since he's on the ground sideways at this point, when I jump back on top of him again, I'm going to use my hand, put it on his head, and push his head into the ground and say it again. Tell them what you fucking did to me.
After kind of a moment of silence, kind of looks up and goes, "I did absolutely nothing wrong. I did what was necessary to protect the powers that I am charged with."
I'm going to look up at the Rangers and go, "That didn't sound like a denial, did it?"
At this point, Garrock, they don't say anything yet. Garrock again looks up at them and kind of makes one final demand for them to act. At which point, still not moving, still with weapon sheath, Specs kind of leans down to him and very solemnly says, "In the words of Vaktan, a being who denies all wisdom simultaneously denies the luxury of peace. I would hope that I had never had to say that to you, Garrock, but it seems we're in that position." I did just directly use a quote from Nathan that Nathan wrote. Nathan wrote that quote.
Yeah. Very nice.
Credit to Nathan. Yes. That is on his doc of lore.
Thank you. He did say that shit.
It is in.
It's in the scripture.
It is in there. It's canon.
That is in the canonical text.
At this point, Garrock kind of seems to be realizing that his hands are tied, sort of literally a minute ago at least. His rangers are not going to help. Terry is nowhere to be found. Whoever, any other people who are aware of this. The crowd seems stunned by everything that's going on. They know Garrock. Like, you can see there's recognition of Garrock because he's a professor at the school. But if you look, you might be able to get like some surprise that he's involved with this. Like, it might have kind of been more on the down low that he was the mentor for the Rangers. Well, I guess, yeah, that's what happens at this point. Glib, he doesn't say anything yet. He's kind of looking around, looking at his options. So, anyone saying anything?
I'm going to grab his head and yank it as close to looking back at me as I can before, actively hurting him. So it's tilting his head that way to look up at me and say, "You have anything left to say?"
He pauses once again and goes, "Nothing that I would like to say, but I suppose if my hand has been forced, that is one thing." And with his head, tilted back up towards the sky, you see his mouth start to glow. And in this very deep, kind of scary, obviously spellcasting voice, he shouts out, "Buramasuta!" And a bolt of something streaks into the sky. That's all you see happening.
Ooh. Is something wrong? What happened?
He does not speak.
Shit.
Annoyed.
Oh,
He does not say anything.
I have a question for the DM.
Yeah?
Would we have any thought that Aurelius could possibly have become a patron?
You can roll insight if you would like.
Oh shit. Oh shit, we're so fucked. Oh my god, it was a 60 that it was a 6.
Look, you don't have to roll insight for logical conclusions. If you realize something as a player, that could be what your character thinks.
I realize that.
And you are fighting. There has been an epidemic of people turning into monsters. Mimic something like that.
I turn to everyone at life. Say, we need to go right now. Glib, he's a warlock of Aurelius. He gets his power from the gods of monsters.
At this point,
Aurelius is on his way right now.
The Rangers obviously notice your panic. They're like, "What? What are you? Hold on. Who is this? What are you talking about?"
Aurelius, he is a god hunter, and he's been hunting all the gods. And we have 4 gods in this area right now. And this fucker right here just summoned him.
They again draw their weapons, not really sure what's necessarily going on, but a moment after Garrock says this thing, the sky starts to darken in a similar manner to what happens, and with this sort of like beam of kind of weird, ominous bluish light, a figure with this horrifying twisted armor and these large mutated draconic wings just slams down from the sky like a few feet behind Glib and Garrock, and looks up and goes, "Well, this has worked out nicely."
Hello, Aurelius. It's a long time no see, I guess.
Hello again. Garrock, what did I tell you about not being bad at your job? Garrock kind of grumbles. But doesn't really like say anything actively. At this point, the Rangers are all like very panicked looking because this dude who just got summoned by their mentor, pretty obviously evil, for several reasons. So they're getting ready to fight.
I want
it known that Glib is not paying attention to any of that. He didn't look at any of it. He's not listening to any of it. He's still death staring him the entire time.
I want Skeezville turned around, bang his head on the wall, and just like yelling, like, "Glib, you did it. This is it.
This is where I died." I actually kind of love that. Like, everyone is frozen in fear as this gigantic dragon guy slams. He's not that big or really. You get what I meant. Everyone's just frozen in fear, and then Skeezville just goes and starts walking away. Like, everyone's just frozen.
No, it's just to a wall.
Yeah, he just starts walking away.
Here. Down.
How far is Glib from me?
Glib is like, we can go back to the combat map actually, because if you want to see very specific things, I don't have them directly in, but I can put in some. I mean, we'll use Glib as the I imagine that he's like there, and Raelius is behind him. Oh wait, no, this map fits.
I realize now you never said we were out of combat.
Oh yeah, no, I never got rid of this map. Let me. Oh, that's the player side. That's why it's not letting me put any new things in. Let me find one that works for Raelius. I really need to get better art for him.
I just want to say this was brilliant, Matt, and also fuck you.
Thank you.
Excellent work.
I didn't watch the videos, so I did not know Raelius was.
Now that's the thing.
Very shocked.
Oh yeah, he killed my page. He killed my god.
Yeah, he killed the Kraken power, which again, like, the Kraken power was one of the ones that was tied to Garrock's charge, so like it tracks. We'll use.
Where's my skull?
No one knows yet. Raelius took it, and you have not seen it since. Raelius is again like behind, like there probably, something like that. Let me zoom in the player map again because I zoomed it out. So yeah, this is kind of the positioning that everybody's in.
So I'm quite far from Glib.
Yeah.
Can I mage hand slap him across the face?
Slap Glib or slap Raelius?
Yeah.
Slap Glib?
I need to slap
sure.
Glib across the face and just be like, Glib, do the murder and you need to get out of here. I don't think we can take Raelius right now.
How much does Raelius hate me specifically?
I know from the sound of it, he doesn't hate Skeezville
he doesn't
at all.
know who Skeezville is.
No.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm debating if Raelius would let me have this, or if he not.
You don't know.
I also don't think that he likes me enough to let me have this. I give a quick look back at Raelius behind me, and then I look back down at Garrock on the ground, and just lean in and go, I hope it was worth it, old man. Lean up, and I Eldritch Blast his head with all 3 of the bolts. Point blank, Eldritch Blast every single shot.
I mean, you know what? Go for it. It seemed, we'll say, Raelius behind you. You can describe it as you wish, and then I'll describe any reactions. If you want to describe it more. I don't know how gory you want to get.
I want his head gone. I don't want to even give him the satisfaction of knowing I'm a vampire yet, or that I'm undead. I want get up, John Wick, just fucking execution style, head obliterated.
So that happens. All of the Rangers kind of take a step back. They have their helmets on still, but like clearly horrified at what just happened for a number of reasons. Raelius behind you kind of crosses his arms with like a smirk. He's wearing a helmet, but you get the sense that he's smirking and kind of just like nods. He doesn't seem pissed. He seems to accept what just happened.
All right, I want Glib to turn around since he's right there and just look up at him and say, this better be fucking worth it for what you just made me give up.
He just kind of openly laughs again, out of, not like sarcasm, like out of amusement, because he's very crazy. And then he turns to sort of address everybody on the field and goes, so, how do you all want to do this?
Same as last time, you old coot. Let's take his ass.
Same as last time. Perfect. See,
wait. Hold on. Before we continue, when he says, how do we want to do this, same as last time, can I turn and just say, run?
Yeah, you can turn. So yeah, Glib turns and says run.
I want to turn directly to our party and say, run.
You got tell me twice.
Raelius starts kind of like his wings start flapping slowly, and he starts rising up in the air, voice kind of booming out to reach all of you as you start to back away. He goes, oh yes, same as last time. See, last time could have gone a lot better for me, I'll be honest. I kind of flew in half cocked, wasn't really used to my powers yet. It was a whole thing. I tried to fight you myself. That's not really how this works. You know, sort of god of monsters. Got to work through my my agents. That's why I had Garrock here, right? I was hoping that Garrock could do some work for me, and that didn't work out. But Garrock, thank you for your sacrifice, because I know what I have to do now. I've got a much better plan that you actually set up for me here. So, let's make your monster grow. And as he says that,
oh god,
as he says that, the slime that's still remaining on the ground starts coalescing and multiplying. As the same monster that you fought a minute ago magnifies into full-on city-destroying kaiju size. As he, laughing, darts back up into the clouds again.
When I said run, I also want it known I didn't move.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at least 60 feet between me and them.
Hold on. I put him over everything else. Here we go. Raelius books it away. You don't know if he's still hiding somewhere nearby, but he is not actively on the battlefield anymore. But yeah, this is...
How far did everyone get in that time?
Yeah, this takes a little bit. Like, when you guys... Here's the thing. When you guys say...
You ain't catching me.
This is a terrifying question that I have to ask as the DM, and I hope this puts enough fear into you as it should. When you're running, are you running to the other side of the battlefield, or are you leaving? There's a difference in this case.
I'm going 60 feet away from Glib. I'm going
we're not over the battlefield, but when a frog with red eyes and death energy swirling around him says to run, you give him some space.
Yeah.
I think I'm already 60 feet away, low key.
Nope, close, but
45.
Wait, how far away am I?
There's a ruler. There's a ruler button in the top left.
No, I needed to get farther away. I don't think I got any further. I think I'm 40 feet away.
Take a few steps back.
Yeah.
So how far I'm zoomed in? Good bit. It just said, "I'll take a few steps back," and then your character disappeared off the screen.
I think that
all right.
That actually did happen in with the chat. Yeah, too. That's good. Oh wait, yeah.
That's.
I'll zoom you guys out.
Okay. I'm just staring at. By the way, Glib is numb after the emotional roller coaster of killing him.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, still standing over the body. He's not visibly scared or anything. At this point, he's like, "Fuck it, I did the thing I wanted to come and do," and immediately cast Circle of Death.
Go for it. Oh yeah, the Rangers are backing up as well.
Constitution. That's a Constitution saving throw of 16.
Okay. Whoops, didn't mean to stretch Baldric. Hold on. Constitution throw of 16, you said?
Yeah. You gotta have good con.
It does not seem perturbed.
Okay. That's 8d6 of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be 26.
26. What exactly is, like, the visuals of the spell?
Let's see. A sphere of negative energy ripples out in a 60-foot radius sphere from a point within range. Each creature in that area must make a Constitution saving throw. Target makes necrotic damage, or half as much on a successful one.
So it is a death nuke.
Actually, I'm casting it as a 7th level spell, and I'm adding 2d6.
Okay, go for it.
Of damage.
You have 7th level spells? What the
Wait,
fuck?
do I? I don't know. How... No, I only have it as a 6th. Never mind. I can't do that.
Still.
Okay.
Big mega
26
nuke.
damage.
Skeezville, did you get out of the radius of this mega nuke, or are you still there? Because you are in the radius of this mega nuke.
Am I? I don't think I can control the ruler and stuff. So I just moved far.
Control your. I mean, okay, we can say you moved out of the radius, like, because this map is kind of limited in scope. So we'll say you moved out of the radius. So what was the damage roll for that, Panda?
26.
26. Okay. So as this monster sort of finishes growing and lets out a roar, Glib, a much smaller figure than this giant behemoth that he is facing, lets out this gigantic burst of death energy that envelops like most of the monster, and it's, we'll say, for flavor. As it fades, the monster kind of looks down at him and roars again, totally unbothered.
Oh no.
Wait, he took no hit?
I mean, he maybe took damage, you don't know, but he doesn't look injured.
Got it.
I want Glib to scream back, but that's the end of my
Scream
attack.
back in anger or scream back in terror?
No, like, he's mocking
it. Okay.
Like it pours down on him and he yells back at
We'll
it.
use the same initiative. So hold on, let me find initiative for the behemoth here. Where was my doc that had that? I changed it out because I wanted to get Nathan's quote right. Hold on, let me find it again.
Appreciate that.
There we go. Okay, let's find out what this thing's initiative is. Oh, low. Okay. So, though again, we did start combat with Glib, and Glib was the last one, so, alright. So it's actually this thing's turn next, if we're saying it's the same combat. Glib, what's your AC?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Out of curiosity,
13.
what's your health? Not in danger range yet, I'm just curious.
Did you...
63.
I will
63.
do cutting words on this as a
Fine.
reaction if I can.
You can cutting words it if you want.
I would love to try.
So what is that, disadvantage? Is that what that does?
No, I roll a d10 and it gets minused.
Okay, so yeah, go for that.
Please roll high. Please roll high.
Okay.
Glib successfully killed the guy who fucked him over and then dies immediately.
There it is. Ooh, that's a 9.
Oh, that's actually
that's a 6. That's a 6.
6 is barely enough. 6 is enough by 1.
Woo!
So this thing looks down at Glib. Glib screams. The monster raises its foot and starts slamming down on Glib. But right as he does that, Goodbid shouts something, and a little bolt of magical energy comes and slices across the leg, diverting it an inch to the side of Glib. So Glib, you feel a shockwave.
That is the most anime standing moment of all time.
You feel the shockwave of this thing just boom right next to you. Skeezville, I imagine this shockwave is also probably going to be the thing that makes you realize how terrifying this is. But it does miss you. And this thing does not seem particularly fast. At that point, though, it is actually the ranger's turn. Charlie kind of...
Great.
They're probably
Charlie
a little
kind of runs
shooken
over
up
to
from seeing their...
They all kind of huddle up. Glib can't hear this, but Goodbid and SG, you hear Charlie kind of turns over to Specs. Specs goes, "Is it time for the thing?" And Specs goes, "I guess." At which point Flash says, "I mean, Garrock's not gonna yell at us for doing it now, so..." And then they all vanish.
Oh my god.
Now again,
Damn it.
God damn it.
not
God damn it.
they just leave. You don't know exactly what happened there.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we know what happened.
You know, but the
We know what
characters don't necessarily. Calm down, everybody.
No. If I'm blue, how are they even gonna do that?
There's just gonna be a limb
hey,
missing.
Panda, let me do things in my own time, all right? Oh, it's
You're like,
hey,
buddy,
hey,
shut
hey,
the
let
fuck
me
up for
let
me,
me
won't
handle
you?
this, all right? I got this. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
I just turned to Goodbid and be like, did they just leave?
Those fuckers.
Yeah. So they just bail.
Goodbid has had enough finally.
Like, I can't believe who just leaves when they see this massive monster here that actually the gods are afraid
The
of,
battle
and they
finally
just
gets
run
interesting.
away.
They dip. It's bonus.
That is so rude, actually. That is honestly so rude.
Unprofessional, uncoordinated, embarrassing.
Bad business.
Bad business indeed.
This wouldn't have happened if they had themselves.
You know, if it was all contractually obligated that they had to fight a monster, then they would, you know?
You know, I almost got that red one to sign contract.
Oh, it would have been glorious.
Speaking.
I love there's a giant monster and y'all are over here just bitching.
It is actually Goodbid and SG's turns next.
Ah, good.
Like it's Goodbid and then SG, so this conversation actually makes sense in the timeline, right?
Great.
You got a lot of shit to talk.
I forgot that I still have my 3 glibs.
Oh yeah, you do still have your 3 glibs.
Oh yeah.
I wish Blade Ward was a better spell. Let's see. You do have 3 glibs. I know he has good con. Fuck. I guess I'll just... This sucks. Okay. He's a big giant thing. I'm just gonna kind of step forward a little bit. And I forget how I described this happen before, but I'm going to be casting a lightning bolt.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it at a pretty high level. I think I'm going to cast this at my highest level.
Yeah, go for that big strike.
6th level lightning bolt on this dude. So that is going to be a con save of... I think it's a con save. Let me double check that. Oh my god. Oh, a dexterity save.
Wow, this thing is less good at that.
Very nice. A dexterity save. And it's going to be 1d8 plus... Okay. That is so many d6.
Yep, that'll happen with high level spells.
That'll do it.
That'll happen.
That is 11 d6.
11 d6 is a lot of d6.
It's so many.
Is that
right? So many.
That sounds as unbelievable as it sounds. That sounds right, actually. Like,
all right, give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's gonna take a second to. Do you have to go and get a bunch of physical 11 d6?
I got him right here.
And he was prepped. He was ready with it.
9, 10, 11. All right. Here we go.
Good God, man.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Gonna have to add all those up now.
15, 25, 31, 36, 38 damage total.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty freaking good. 38 damage total is solid.
And I like to think it blasts out of my chest Iron Man style. Like my tie glows.
Ooh.
Okay, sure, yeah, that's actually, yeah, I'm here for that. So, Goodbid fires off this gigantic lightning bolt that strikes the thing. Are you going for any specific part of it out of curiosity, or are you just going?
Right in the face, if it has one.
I mean, it's got a big mouth that's in the center. That's a pretty...
Oh, yeah, that one.
So, Goodbid fires off this gigantic bolt of white lightning that strikes the thing right in the mouth. Again, shattering its slimy form, causing it to blast back outwards, though it does, once again, reform into the same kaiju monster.
I just want it known that it's taken over 50 damage at this point. Just from the two of us.
Finally,
this
thing's a boss.
This thing is a beast. That is insane. That is a lot.
This is a boss fight.
Dark Matt to come out.
And it happened in the Power Rangers episode of all things.
And then to round up my turn, I will give. Well, our Power Ranger buddies are gone, so I'll
they
give.
bailed.
Bardic to Glib just went, so I'll give it to SG's next. I'll give it to SG.
Woo!
So you have an extra D10 to whatever you want for like the rest of the fight.
Awesome.
Fancy stuff.
Like I have a really big sneaking suspicion that this thing is immune to being charmed.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Don't fuck the kaiju.
I need to like
you can
discern
Arcana if you want. That's probably the only thing that would let you do it accurately.
18.
Yeah, this thing. Plus, we'll say also, like, the last monster that you had, you're the last of Release's monsters that you had a fight with, you beat by being charmed, and he did specifically mention that, like, he is making changes from last time.
He's learned from last time. So this
might be, he might have learned a little bit, and this thing is going to be less,
that's fair.
Less vulnerable to that kind of thing.
That does make sense.
Other people aren't allowed to learn from their actions, only we can.
Yeah.
Right.
We're a party, that's how this works.
That's how this works. We're supposed to win and you're supposed to lose. Anyway.
I'm amazed that Glib's still at this thing's feet.
This is true.
I am going to... Oh, shit, Glib, I need to get you out of there.
The Rangers aren't here anymore. Hold on, let me get... Not that. Let me get rid of them. They left.
I could not possibly get to Glib in time.
No. Unless you maybe Misty Step.
If I Misty Step, I would just be able to Misty Step there and use my movement to get to him.
You can get to him, but not do anything.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
We
would
both
absolutely
die.
both die. Well, I'm going to Psychic Lance this thing, 4th level spell. That's going to be a 76 psychic damage, and
76 psychic damage.
7d6 psychic damage, and it's incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
It's an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
There's no way this thing is intelligent.
I don't think this thing's very smart.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Since this
don't
is
exactly
obvious,
give me
I am
college
looking
grad
at the Wikipedia page of the definitely not Power Rangers thing that this is definitely not based on, and there's literally a line that says this thing is extremely dumb and unintelligent. It says it on the page. So I by pure coincidence, I was reading that. Literally, as you said, this can't be intelligent. I was reading that line. Yeah, it fails the intelligence save.
Awesome. So that's 7d6 psychic damage, and it's incapacitated. It just can't take actions or reactions, which is great.
That's a guaranteed stun, basically.
Basically, a guaranteed stun.
Sweet.
Thank God, because it would kill Glib on the next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would stomp my ass.
That's 70. Oh my gosh, that's so many d6. I'm not rolling any of those manually because superior dice are digital dice.
But clicky clacky in
Look
the
at
hand.
how many I have. I have so many.
Oh my gosh, I rolled straight 5s and 4s.
That's
32
solid.
damage.
Okay. So
You're level 11.
So as
dude, the Megazord's gonna show up and punch it once, and it's gonna go down.
as Glib starts, like is getting maybe murdered by this thing. Goodbit and SG. I like this imagery of like they're just kind of gossiping to themselves. They're like, "Come on, the Rangers really just left? What the heck? What's wrong with it?" And then in succession, both of you just turn at the monster and fire these mega bolts at it in sync that strike at the same time. So like this lightning burst and then this burst of psychic damage that both hit. Again, the combination of both. I'll flavor them as this hitting together. The combination of both does seem to like make some. You notice that the slime doesn't. It forms slower. There's some scorch marks on the harder parts of its body. It's still going, but like that combo of a lot of things did stuff.
Yeah. And I just turned back to Goodbit and I'm just like, can you imagine if I had like ducked out on the middle of a job?
I would never. My reputation would be in the floor.
Right back to shit talk.
It's ridiculous.
I do want to say, there's other people in this courtyard.
Oh, they're booking it now. Like
they saw their heroes. They saw their heroes go, and then 3 god-level attacks at the same time.
Boom, boom, boom.
They saw a nuke and 2 unibeams happen within like 10 seconds of each other, right after their heroes.
I love high level
and
campaigns.
again, it is Goodbit and 3 Glibs.
Yeah, it is.
4 Glibs, 4 Glibs.
Just surrounded. It's Goodbit and his kids. Surrounded.
One Goodbit. Skeezville's off in the distance.
Skeezville,
and then
it is
just
his
like
turn now.
5 Glibs that are 3 feet tall.
Skeezville is like being like, I can't believe today is the day I die. I can't believe that.
I was not ready for this. I didn't want to talk about it.
But yeah, Skeezville, it is your turn. A mistake has been made.
How much damage left?
What?
Honestly. So how much damage could this thing have left? Like I feel like it's almost
if we kill a boss in round 1, I don't think Matt would let us.
No.
You're not gonna.
Just kidding. There's 100 more hit points.
This combat is not yet done. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, y'all have hit it a lot, and also, it's kind of the end of the times anyway.
Skeezville has accepted his fate. He's
gonna teleport back in. He's got a 30-foot teleport, so he teleports back in range of this fucker. And then he's going to rage and frenzy, which gives me 3 attacks. So I'm gonna throw 2 javelins at him. So the first one's 18.
That actually does. Him? Yeah, he's low dex. He's tanky, but it's in a lot of health. He's not like a 25 AC monster.
All right. Then that's 13 damage. Remember that. Second javelin.
Make the DM do all the math.
No, I'll remember. I have to remember numbers. Like I'll do the math. So it's 13 damage. This is a 19 to hit. That was a nat 1 for damage, but it's technically 8.
So 8. So that's 21 so far.
All right, so
I will do all the math, I guess.
that's 13 plus 8, and then that is another 19 to hit. Now I'm using a flail. So then the flail will get me plus 3, 10 more damage. So 13 plus 10 is 23, plus 8 is 31. 32.
So Skeezvol, the guy who has been sitting on the ground and like chunking some boomerangs and just kind of like vibing in the middle of the battlefield, you finally see him sort of sigh and then just out of nowhere teleport right up to the monster, pull out like 3 different weapons and start going ham, like super speed mega, like I'm imagining like kind of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like Star Platinum, like rapid hitting this thing with every weapon in his arsenal at once.
What I imagine, he teleports within like the 20 feet needed for the javelin. He just throws off the cape again, pulls 2 out, throws them both directly into it, runs forward with a freaking flail, and just wails on it.
So Skeezvol starts actually doing his barbarian things for the first time. Does again, like, you start cracking the armor on its feet. Like, it's doing stuff. It roars, and you kind of see it, like, not expecting the sudden attack to its feet. You see it wobble a little bit. At which point...
Hey, good bit. Did you know he could do that?
Look at the way he's moving his body. It's
absolutely insane. Like, I tried to fight that man yesterday. He was so stupid.
That's a bad idea.
This is also, I should know, this is happening like 10 feet from Glib, too. Like, Glib, this is like right next to you.
Yeah, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
I'm getting...
Speaking of which, it's your turn.
First thing, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I would imagine that's the play.
Alright, I have a 25-foot movement. So, I'm just gonna move back. As I move back, I'm going to Eldritch Blast it in the mouth. Let's see if I can land all of these. That is going to be a 27 to hit.
That's a hit.
A 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah, the 13.
That one's not.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, so that is going to be... Oh, come on. 6 damage and 8 damage.
He is obviously running at this point.
It hits, but like, as, you know, Glib kind of just starts booking it, turning around and firing off a scatter blast every now and then. They're hitting, but like, they cause little like bloops in the slime, but not any major damage.
Ripples in the pond.
At which point it is the monster's turn again. Now the monster...
It is incapacitated.
Oh, it is incapacitated, you're right. All right, so the monster is still kind of reeling from psychic damage. I will say the slime that makes up its face is like sort of shifting and it's having a hard time remolding back into its basic form. Good bit loops back around to you.
That's good, because I was going to be that guy and be like, oh, not to shit on Glib, but I think it's an opportunity attack, but I forgot he's incapacitated.
He is incapacitated. So... I forgot that for the... I remembered it for the opportunity attack that happened a second ago, but then not for the turn.
Like, he's incapacitated until my next turn.
Which is in a second, but...
Yeah.
Okay, shit. So my strongest, most powerful spell I know did damage, but this is clearly a bigger issue. I'm gonna... Fuck, man. Nobody's taken any damage yet, right?
No one has been hit yet, no.
Okay.
It's only gotten to do 1 attack.
That's true. I like that. I like to hear that. I'm actually going to... I'm actually going to cast Greater Invisibility on myself.
All right.
Go completely invisible. And then just kind of move away from where I was, like sort of over here-ish.
Over there?
Just to put myself in a more advantageous position. And then... Bardic doesn't count as a spell, right? Bardic Inspiration?
I think it's a bonus action. For the purposes of like double spells, no. It's a separate thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a separate
thing. Then I will...
I don't know. I would rule it as a separate thing at least.
Well, your opinion is all that matters, Matt.
I saw a video on TikTok a couple weeks ago where someone was like talking about a thing they did in D&D, and someone in the comments was like, actually, you're not allowed to do that. And the dude made a whole reply and was like, okay, you're actually right. Like, that's not in the rules, but you were forgetting something that, I was forgetting too. It's fair, but you were forgetting this one thing. In this scenario, I'm the DM. I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, I was going to give Bardic, but I only got one left, and I'll save it for potentially a Cutting Words if I need it. So that's going to be my whole turn.
Someone also said, did Glib take damage from Garrock? Yes, he did. So technically, Glib has taken damage, not from this thing, but from Garrock.
Oh, I see. But he's not. He's fine.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that much.
Yeah.
SG, your turn then. So the monster is now free.
I wonder if I can...
It is now free. And, oh, fudge muffins. I guess I can try Chromatic Orb. I'm going to do Chromatic Orb again, 5th level this time. So it's normally 3d8, but then it gains a 1d8 for every spell slot above first. So that would be 8d8, right?
I think so.
Okay, so that would be 8d8 cold damage. I'm going to do... That's going to be... What is my spell save? My spell save is +9. So let's roll for that. Okay. So that's 19 + 9 is 28. So that definitely hits.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits. 28 hits for sure.
That's going to be 8d8. Give me a second.
8d8 is a lot.
Sheesh.
Let's roll well, babies. Ooh, there's a lot of ones.
Oh boy.
So many ones.
Oh boy.
Digital dice.
18.
18. What type was it?
Wow.
Was it cold damage? Because I heard you say
cold damage.
Okay, so the cold damage once again does seem to do more, kind of putting it on par with the other attacks that you've done. However, not as much as it could have been. Like the monster was kind of having just shaken off the effects of your psychic spell. It's able to kind of bat the orb away, and it still freezes its hand and messes it up.
Yeah,
but the orb does not strike the intended target of the core of the monster.
Yeah, it was like mostly ones and twos.
So Skeezville, you're up. Keep punching that thing or hitting it with whatever you got.
I guess. All right. Let's see. We'll mix it up. For fun, I'll say I didn't go get my javelins back.
All right.
So I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use my hand axes instead.
Just pulling weapons out of every conceivable area and chunking them.
Matt, does a 13 hit?
No.
I wouldn't think so. That's a rip. What about a 16, Matt?
16 does not either. Closer.
Oof.
Closer.
Okay. One more thing we could try for the frenzy attack. That is a 17.
A 17 does.
Okay.
Doesn't have the wildest AC in the world.
All right. That's 13 damage. That's all I got for you.
I don't really need to flavor that much. You continue smacking it. It continues kind of cracking the armor. It is now the monster's turn, however. Oh, wait, no, it's Glib's turn. That's a lie. I almost skipped Glib again. It's Glib's turn.
Glib's turn.
Glib, run!
Yeah, I'm still trying to book it from this thing. Let's see, where's 25 feet? There we go. So I'm gonna move there, turn around, and Eldritch Blast it in the face again because I have 2 damage moves and one of them is a nuke. So let's see if this one works. I have a third one, but it doesn't do very much damage. So, all right. 22 to hit. Oh, that one doesn't hit. Fuck. One of them hits.
Again,
another
you
6.
keep firing off these bolts as you book it. But now,
I used all of my effort in these bolts blowing the hell off.
Yeah, you're a bit magically tapped out now, and at this point, it is the monster's turn. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna need Glib and SG to make a dexterity saving throw.
Shit.
No, you don't. You don't need us to do that.
Yeah, you do have. Now you do have. Actually, no, it's a saving throw, so never mind.
So I got
16.
11.
Yeah, neither of those are going to.
This
thing. It's kind of, you can see it doesn't really have eyes, but you can see its mouth kind of tracking Glib as he runs. And it rears back, opens its mouth incredibly wide, and just fires this massive arcing ball of slightly glowing slime that streaks across the street and slams right in between you guys, hitting both of you for... What's the damage on this attack? It's quite a bit. For 26 to both of you.
Oh!
And you...
Does anyone remember that grape stomp lady?
It's also now difficult terrain because there's slime everywhere.
Oh, I feel like that grape stomp
great.
lady.
And also, actually, it's going to move because it can do that.
I am...
So, Skeezville, I'm actually going to need you to make a dex, or you can do acrobatics too if you have it better, to basically see if you can get out of the way of it kaiju stomping forward.
Wait, they had Bardic Inspiration. Could I have used it on that?
You got an 11?
I got a 16.
Oh, you got a 16. Okay, you might actually be able to do better.
You could use.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take L and use it the next time I get hit. I will get hit.
Because I will get hit again.
Is advantage that you use the best one or the second one?
Do you have best? But do you have advantage?
That was a 20 on the dex saving.
Do you have?
Yeah, I think as a barbarian he gets dex saves.
Oh, it's a barbarian. Oh yeah, then if you have a 20 on the dex save,
things that he can see,
you are able to, get around this thing's feet as it stomps forward, crushing, pretty much everything in its path. And again, Skeevil, you are kind of right between its feet now. But that is the entirety of its turn. So good bid loops back around to you. You are, I believe, under its hand. Yeah, you are not grabbed, but you are in the map under its hand.
I found out you can do these little icons on your people, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I forget about that.
That's very cool. I originally had a ninja for, I'm invisible, but the blue dot was easier to see.
Yeah, you can have the status effect things.
Very cool.
I need to remember that I can put those on.
Let's see. So I'm completely invisible. Greater invisibility, I can still attack, which is why I did that. Yes, thanks, past me.
Hey, you can't start thanking your past self yet. We haven't gotten to the full-on time travel section of this campaign.
Sorry, my bad.
Wait, what do you mean by that, Matt?
I fully, genuinely have no plans for you guys to go back and meet your past selves. That is not, I'm not ruling it out, but I will say I have not written that yet.
I'll just say this, 700-year-old Skeezville might be a 1, but young Skeezville, great. Really tried.
You gotta stick with what works, and I know his dex is bad. I'm gonna fire another lightning bolt. This time as a 5th level spell.
Fire it off.
Let's go, good bid.
Okay, so that'll be, God, rare moment where I'm actually using D&D Beyond to help me figure out how much damage this is. 10d6.
That's a lot.
Okay. And
digital dice.
That'll be a dex save of 15.
All right. Does not pass.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Get that in the mic. Oh, let's see. Okay. Lots of 6s. 6, 12, 18.
That is a lot of 6s.
20, 25, 30, 38, 42 damage.
Let's go.
You blast this thing. You actually are able to knock off a chunk of the hardened slime armor, showing that this thing is clearly starting to take some damage. It looks kind of confused, not being able to see where this bolt came from. But you kind of fire into its side, and that chunk that's on its shoulder of armor breaks off and kind of crumbles to the ground. Let me actually, while I'm here,
how much? I want to move as well, but I don't know how much movement I have. Let me see here. I got.
No, I don't want to make a second circle. I'm drawing 30. The difficult terrain sphere. Not that. God, I hate selecting circles in this. It's so unreasonably difficult because you have to click directly on it, and it's so tiny. There we go. Okay, so the difficult terrain sphere is here for you guys. That's where he. Oh, I just realized I was moving that on the player side. Sorry for the chaotic screen. That's where the slime is. Nope.
I know his.
I hate the circle selecting system in this. Oh, that's not coming back. There we go. Hold on. It's all right.
I know that he's scaled
We're
up
in
to
the
be this
void.
big, but how wide is he on the actual?
Let's say he's about street width, just for the sake of simplicity.
Street width. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to sneak past him. I don't.
Well, you can try to sneak between his legs because he's big, but like that's risky.
I mean, with how much movement I have, I'd literally be between his legs, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm between his legs, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he's well pretty much is.
So I'm just gonna stay where I am. You still have Bardic, and that's my turn.
SG.
See, I don't know how to get Glib out of here and also get out of here. Because if I try to go to him, I'm going to slip and... Oh, wait. It's difficult terrain, but it's not grease.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain. So
yeah, it's like sticky. It's sticky. It's not
What is it exactly? Is it like...
It's
like slime?
Yeah. It's the same stuff that's making up its body. And then it just kind of threw everywhere.
For some reason, I imagined it as magma.
No, it's not fire.
Like,
it's because he's red. It's like... Think like kind of like you're moving through like a thick layer of silly putty that's all over the ground. Yeah.
I can only cast Misty Step on myself, so I can't.
Even at a higher level? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no option to cast it at a higher level.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to walk over to Glib, straight up pick him up and throw him.
Okay, make a strength check with disadvantage to pull him up because he's...
Why the hell didn't you just Misty Step after you grabbed him?
That doesn't work, yeah.
She would leave.
Actually, I would like to use my reaction.
Get Glib at any moment.
Wait, what's your reaction?
I would like to use my reaction and shout out to... Remember SG! No loopholes!
This is a... yeah, this is one of his powers.
Disadvantage is removed. And everything is an even playing field.
When I was deciding how to make Goodbid's law powers not garbage, I basically went for the vibe of the powers are like they're all about evening the playing field and making everything balanced and equal for everybody, so he can remove advantage and disadvantage from things.
Okay, so now it's just
a flat roll.
Yeah, I'm actively making Goodbid's law powers like equality because I was like, that's the only good way I can do this.
Let me.
Okay, that's a 17.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So you are able to extract like as Goodbid shouts at you, the stickiness of the stuff seems to sort of like it becomes more rubberized, like less adhesive as you kind of yank Glib out of it and are now just holding a probably wiggling frog man.
Yeah. And I just throw. How far can I throw?
I mean, you can chunk him out of the stuff. Probably not behind, but you can if you want to throw him towards the monster and surely scare the hell out of him.
I'm trying to throw him like towards Goodbid.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Make another strength check.
Towards the voice of Goodbid.
Make another strength check, but it's not going to be that hard of one.
Kitch.
For you, my voice just hollers and you don't even see me. It's like your conscience.
Do I have to throw?
Yeah.
Do I have to make the strength saving throw?
You got make a strength check. It's not going to be a harder one, but like to make sure you don't drop him.
That one's a 6.
You do have Bardic.
I'm gonna say.
I do have Bardic, but I'm not gonna use it.
You can get him like here, like right on the edge.
Okay.
You kind of like chunk it, like let's say, Glib kind of uses his frog jump and like pushes off. You know how to get a cat down, you just kind of like drop the cat. He does that, but like he pushes off and like kind of kicks off you and like goes right out of the slime.
Okay.
So he's out of the slime.
Would that be my object interaction or is that my full action?
I would say like the fact that you extracted him and then threw him, that's your whole action. That's in depth.
Then I'm going to Misty Step next to wherever I think Goodbid is. And I'm going to use Empower Spell to cast, expend 2 sorcery points to cast Empowered Spell to actually do my spell attack.
All right.
Which is, again, to do Chromatic Orb at a 5th level.
Go for it.
Woo!
That's going to be 5d8 of cold damage, and pray to God I roll better this time.
You have Bardic.
You do have
I do have Bardic. That's 33.
33? Jesus.
33
that hits.
damage. And
damage. Damage. Wait, did you roll a hit?
Damage.
Did you roll a hit?
Oh, fuck. I didn't roll the hit.
I was like 33
We're going to use that damage roll, though. If I do end up hitting,
I'll give you that.
we're going to use that damage roll. You're going to...
Ooh, owie.
That doesn't sound good.
That's a nat 1.
Oh,
Fuck
no.
me.
You send out the best fireball of all time.
Not on a 1. No, not 1.
That just doesn't happen.
How about this? Glib or Panda, evens or odds? Pick one.
Pin this shit on me.
I feel like it's gonna
or
be
Nathan,
me
whoever
or you.
jumps in first. All right.
Odds.
SG, after Misty stepping out of this slime thing, fires this ice orb right at the monster. But the monster amazingly seemed prepared for it, not wanting this to happen again, and smacks it away, with it careening back towards them and directly nailing Goodbid right in the chest, despite his invisibility.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Wait,
what does this do to me?
Yeah, 33 damage, 33 cold damage.
Oh,
that would have been 66 damage to this monster.
Yeah, but
I'm so upset.
Suddenly,
and that
good bit appears.
I was about to say that probably breaks the invisibility too.
Yeah, takes me out of great invisibility.
It looks like it's just missing. It's fine, and then it just.
Yeah, that's actually right. It looks like it just misses, and then Goodbid just poof, out of nowhere. Oh,
just appears.
I'm so sorry. I was definitely not aiming at you.
No, it's fine.
How is that even possible?
Skeezville, you're up. You're between its legs. Under it.
I throw the last javelin straight up. Let's
Just kind of chunking it right up.
Stab it in the taint.
That is a 21 to hit. I assume. Yeah. That is a 8 damage.
All right.
On that.
You chunk the javelin. The javelin's, kind of it goes in.
Great. Then I'm just attacking the feet
Smack
again.
it.
That's 10 to hit. I assume that doesn't work. And finally, 18 to hit.
Does
that
yes.
work? Then we have. What is?
Whoever just said stab it in the taint in chat. I swear to God.
Well, I believe Panda said that in real life.
Oh, did I miss? I missed that again. Okay, well, the damage. It was 20 damage total.
It was, what is it? 13 plus the first one.
Which I think was an 8, so 21. 21 damage.
Fine.
Glib, you're up. You're out of the slime.
I am out of the slime.
Well, you've kind of, you're kind of always a little bit slimed, but you're out of the excess slime.
Not to hijack this, but what other effects are on me after getting hit with this? I know there's other shit.
Oh, is there?
Just so I can prepare for my next turn. It's not just damage, is it? It's like...
I don't know. I think isn't Chromatic Orb just damage?
Chromatic Orb is just damage.
Oh, okay.
That's the one where you can pick the damage type, right? Like, that's the gimmick of the spell is you can pick the damage type when you do it. Okay. Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, Jesus. I just put a big old X over myself. I'm not dead.
I was about to say, don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm still kicking.
I'm moving way back. And third time's a charm. I gotta get it this time, right? I'm gonna try and blast it again.
All right, yeah, go for the blast.
Ooh.
That is a 17 to hit.
Got it right on the money there.
That's okay. I got 2 17s.
Both hit.
And then damage is a 13 and a 14.
Finally kind of getting... Wait, so did you jump over the slime? Okay, I was about to say...
I jumped over the slime back.
Then yes. Yeah. Finally getting your footing and not having to book it anymore consistently. You fire off 2 blasts that strike it. It is starting to look pretty damaged now, but... Goodbid and SG... Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Where the fuck are those rangers with their robot, man?
Watch it not be a robot. Watch it just be a bit. Oh no. They say 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 12.
It's neither for either of you.
I'm at 42. I'm at 42 right
42? I don't think this is
I'm at 36. Nikhil, you're muted.
What did I...
Thank you, Nathan.
18 math. What did you say you were at, Goodbid?
36.
That's 35.
Go big on
It
die.
does 35. Here's the thing that is extra uncomfortable. After that, I'm going to need you both to immediately make a dex save because it's still charging you. Also, Skeezville as well.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait. Can I like?
Someone also
God,
just
if it
someone in
fucking
chat
dies,
prime
man.
subbed and then said, and it was a first time chat. I'm so happy I was finally able to make it. If their first 10 seconds in the campaign is a character death, I'm so sorry, Tornado.
I mean, it might be 2 character deaths because that's a
Can I
6.
grab good bid and teleport away?
What'd you say?
I have really good.
Can I grab good bid and teleport away? It can only go 30 feet, but we're away.
Not as a reaction, you can't. No, you could if it was your turn. Did you make it? Yeah, everyone. I didn't hear all the dex saves.
I got a 23.
23. Okay, you are good. You managed to dodge out of the way of the stomping.
That's a 6 for me. I don't think I can silvery bar.
What's your health, SG?
Ooh, man.
It's 42.
Oh, you're
You
still.
add Bardic
Wait, you're
to
still at
saves?
42.
You didn't tell me what damage I took for the first
35.
save.
Yeah, it was 35. So
35?
it's 7.
Oh, I have the silvery barbs myself because I haven't taken a reaction yet.
I mean, yeah, silvery barbs if you got.
For
What
the
is
second
that?
one.
What does that do again? I always forget.
I get advantage on the next roll.
Okay, so you get advantage on the dodge to not get stepped on.
God.
Oh, can I?
Holy
That's
shit.
a 16. Does a 16 save?
I literally forgot what I had for the save. I don't think it does.
Did we say you can
Did
add Bardic to
chat? I
saving throws?
accidentally lost the page that I had. What? This is a very important moment that I messed something up.
I might straight up die.
What
here.
chat? What was the saving throw that I had earlier? For no. That was I remember because Skeezville got a 20. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, that's not. Let's see. This thing is gonna.
Can I use?
You can
Bardic?
add Bardic to saving throw.
You
Yeah.
can use Bardic.
So
Use your Bardic.
Glib
please,
just
please.
wanted to kill this guy, and because of this, y'all both might die.
Maybe.
That's an 18. Does an 18
Mine
save?
does not. I mean, this thing is big. This
Oh my
thing's big
God,
and
I'm
stomping
dead.
through.
No,
Maybe
I'm
not
dead.
necessarily.
You'll be
Not
fine, you'll be
necessarily.
fine,
How
you'll
many
be
health do you have? 7?
You killed
7.
your
7?
party, Glib.
I rolled it off the table.
You'll be
Do
fine.
not
Don't
tell
worry.
me you rolled a nat 20.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, fuck. I'm at 0.
So-
I'm at death
You're
saves.
down.
Yeah. So SG
You'll be
is
fine,
at
you'll be
death
fine.
saves now, as this thing has. I mean, I know it's well off screen now because this is a tiny map, but it's up here.
You'll be
There
okay.
is slime around it as well. Actually, yeah, technically, I should have given disadvantage on the dexterity save because you're in the slime zone.
I would have just reacted with.
Yeah, good bid can negate that anyway, so it's
I
an
would've-
irrelevancy.
yeah.
At that point, that is its whole turn. Luckily,
This is the most fun I've had so far, but I'm also terrified.
yeah, I'm sure. At this point,
Both
I
you get behind me. I have 126.
want everybody to roll perception really quick.
I'm perceiving a monster.
Including SG.
SG cannot roll
dead.
perception right now. SG is unconscious. She got stepped on by a kaiju.
I got a 20 on
20
perception.
on perception.
Matt.
Oh, that actually fits for Skeezville. This is going to be a very big moment, I think.
Perception, nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, both of you. So Skeezville is actually going to see this first. Skeezville, you begin to feel rumblings in the ground, not from the monster that you are fighting at the moment, but from another place farther off in the city. And then you feel another one, and another one. But instead of seeing the Rangers appearing, like I'm sure many of you expect, you see at different points along the skyline more similar but all unique of these gigantic kaiju creatures start to sprout up in different places around the city. Good
Oh
bid.
my
You
God.
notice this as well as they begin to cross the skyline.
You know what, maybe
Holy
it's best
I
that
saw
die
SG
here.
go down.
And then
Just for a moment, for the first time ever, Goodbid does lose his smile.
at this point,
Might be in over our
a
heads.
moment after this happens, you start to see some other things appearing on the horizon, things that you don't recognize before. They do appear to be some sort of giant robotic animals of some kind that all begin to engage these creatures in fights across the city. However, they're losing. pretty actively. You see these. There's like a red dragon, a pink beholder, a green myconid, and a yellow owlbear that engage these monsters one at a time. But the pilots of these things, from watching them, are clearly inexperienced, and they're getting smacked around easily. They're getting in a couple hits, but like it's not going well in the slightest. At which point we loop back around to Goodbid.
I have a very important question. Fuck, where's the spell? Cure wounds. Verbal and semantic components. Can it bring up a downed player?
I don't know, actually. Let me look that up.
I was Googling it, and I couldn't find anything.
Can Cure Wounds revive? Has no effect on dead creatures. Okay. Does magical healing stabilize characters? The Cure Wounds spell would have restored hit points and consciousness. A dying creature isn't prevented from gaining hit points in any way.
Okay.
Wait, no. So stabilizing good. Is a... wait, hold on. No. This is different.
Okay.
Oh, wait, maybe. Rendered unconscious and dying. Oh, this is confusing. You're right. This is confusing because it has unconsciousness and stabilization as a different thing. If healing is... Okay, I found it. If healing is unavailable, the creature can be stabilized, which implies that if healing is available, they can be revived. So I'll go with that.
Okay, so
I'll go with that.
So, secondary question to that. It would heal like 3 whatever D8 or whatever it is, but if it's stabilizing, would it still just bring them up to 1?
No, basically healing and stabilizing are different things, it says. So it would heal as a normal spell and bring them up conscious to whatever it would be.
Got it. So in that case, we're both behind his massive thighs, right?
Yeah. I can send him more to the back, actually. Hold on. He's going to disappear for a second.
I don't know if Cure Wounds can revive a player, though.
You're not being revived. You're
revived.
on death.
You're
not
unconscious.
dead. You're dying. There's a mechanical difference there.
In that case, because even at the end of the day, we're still right at its feet.
I think it'd be hilarious if at the end of this, Glib's mistake killed everyone but me.
That would be
what kind of
brutal.
What kind of check would it be to try and run between its legs?
I would give you an acrobatics or just a flat dex.
Acrobatics or flat dex?
Yeah, acrobatics is always going to be better, I guess. So you're not going to have worse acrobatics than dex. So acrobatics then.
Okay, I'm just going to play it safe. I can do up to 6 creatures with this, but I don't think we can all fit. Well, it's a 30-foot radius. So that'd be 60 feet total. I can get Glib and SG and me, but I don't think... Oh! It's a 30-foot radius. That's a 60-foot sphere, right?
30-foot radius is 60-foot sphere.
But, Skeezable, you haven't taken any damage.
No, nope.
What?
Amazingly, because he's been closest to this thing. He's just combat dancing around its legs, smacking it.
I have 126 hit points. I could.
Yeah, he's fine.
In that case, I'm going to mass cure wounds. Cast it. I can cast it within 60 feet. And I get to choose who it heals. So I'll just cast it in between all 3 of us, so it heals all 3 of us. And it'll heal us 3d8 plus my spell casting modifier, which will be +3.
So at the very least, we're all getting 3.
So at the very least, yes.
That would have saved SG from going down on the last attack.
The whole chat is saying that SG's last thing should be licking
That's
Jerry.
the last resort. Again,
that is 16 health for everybody.
So I'm back up, right?
You are back up at 16, yes. And actually, I believe on that note, it would be your turn if that's Goodbid's thing done.
No, I'm actually... I gotta cross that off. If that's... Oh, that's my action, so I can still move. Fuck, man. I'm gonna try to... Oh, Jesus, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I'm going to try to 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Skedaddle over this way if I can. But I don't know if I need to make to get past his legs.
Yeah, you'll need to get through its legs. You'd have to make acrobatics.
I will make that.
If it's not moving, which it's not at the moment, that's not too bad of a roll, but you got to do it anyway.
Okay. That's a 13.
Okay. It's not moving at the moment, so that's more to see if it like sees you than anything else.
Because I couldn't take SG with me, because I assume it would have to be an action to like pick her up and run. I will give her my last bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
At which point, SG, it is your turn, unless Goodbit has even more.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Yeah, that's my last bardic inspiration.
I think SG probably pops up like immediately with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like right underneath it, right?
Yeah, technically you would actually still be pinned underneath it because it stepped on you.
Yeah. So I like
Misty step away, SG, run.
I don't want to Misty Step just yet. I want to attack first and then Misty Step. So I'm gonna attack again with Chromatic Orb, but this time I use my only 6th level spell slot. I need to hit this thing and I need it to go down. 6th level spell slots, that would make it if I hit. So let me roll the hit. Please hit. Okay, that would be 16 plus 9.
That's definitely a hit. This could be an important damage roll. I'll put it that way.
All right. Thank God. And then damage would be what? 9d8?
That's good odds. Could be 8 damage. Let's see.
And I do have empowered spell where I can re-roll 5 dice if I roll shitty. Right now that would be 49 damage.
49 is good.
49 cold damage would double, which would make it what, 99?
No.
If it's
90,
double damage,
98, 98.
It'd be 98.
98.
Which
sorry, I'm shitty at math.
Is enough. So this monster, as it's charging towards you guys, knocks you down. Fires its slime orb, stomps on SG, kind of like feels the creature that it has stepped on not moving or struggling whatsoever. But then after a moment, a good bit, the other one that it's focusing on, kind of lets out this burst of light, I imagine, something cool for mass cure wounds. And you see this creature look down as something starts moving under its foot. And suddenly, its entire foot, the slime encompassing it, freezes and shatters, causing it to topple over to the ground, destroying like 3 buildings as it does.
Sheesh.
And when it hits the ground with a horrifying screech, the slime that makes up its body starts gradually dispersing and melting to the ground. You have defeated the kaiju. We're taking it off combat, but need I remind you, there are several others actively destroying the city right now.
Yeah.
That's not our problem.
Yeah, we're done. Fuck this.
We're not under contract. Let's get out of here.
We need to leave now.
So you guys are just bailing? How are you?
Fuck these guys.
Are you just booking it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm leaving. Fuck that.
What does it mean to suffer 1 level of exhaustion?
It's not that important. What's the situation?
Well, because I frenzied. Whenever it ends, the combat.
Don't worry about it for now.
I think that
Don't worry about it for now.
I think first level is have speed.
I have to look at the details, but at this point, it doesn't matter. So you guys are you're abandoning the town, the city. Where exactly are you going? Like, are you calling? Are you calling Mercury? What are you doing?
Can I just? I don't think they would answer. I would like to. My first instinct was to shout for Friday, but I don't think Friday will come to us.
You don't know.
I can reach out. I have like a god call in my head. I remember we called Prothis that one time. So I could maybe.
Yeah, y'all got the psychic powers. I'm just a guy, man. I don't know.
Just a guy.
Can I call Friday? Can I reach out for Friday, like mentally?
You're trying to call Friday? You try. You don't really get much of a response. Whether that's because she is not responding, or whether because you don't know how to do that, or aren't as connected with Friday. You don't know. Regardless, it does not work. Everyone's also saying don't forget Barry,
Gotcha.
which
I
is
think
funny.
we should explicitly forget Barry. Like it's the
We're
most...
not forgetting Barry. We're
Barry,
leaving
you
here.
Hey, I mean,
Listen, man, we met you
maybe they
yesterday.
need a Silver Ranger, right? If they survive, maybe Barry will come back as their Silver Ranger.
I really, really feel like someone mentioned this could be a Breakpoints. This could be a Breakpoints episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's things.
Also, we did just become probably like the pariah devils of this town, where they're just like the day the Four Horsemen rode into town.
For context of what's going on right now, like Rift Reach is the biggest city on the continent. It's like I've compared it to like New York City. This feels weird because this is near where I live, but like this would be like the Dallas of this place, like another very big, very notable city, just getting decimated by giant monsters. Like,
you know what I
this
just
is a
realized?
big
I had
event
mirror
here.
image up that whole time, so he should have been rolling.
I was just thinking that.
He's crushing.
But
well, no, not actually, because it was an AoE spell for the first time, and he when he was attacking you guys for the damage that did the spell, the slime ball was area of effect. The crushing was not him trying to stomp on you. It was him just going forward, but he's so big.
Okay.
It was like to see if you didn't get crushed underfoot by the giant monster rampaging through the streets.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Goodvid saves his own skin. This is their problem.
Yeah, so, what are you? You call up for Friday. Nothing happens.
This town.
I should put... You are, still... You're not... And we gotta, wrap this one up soon. But you're not, safe yet. The school is in the center of the city, and you are in the school. There are monsters, everywhere.
Right.
I want to look at Glib and still very angrily be like, you see what your freaking mistakes do, man?
The monsters are not my fault!
You wanted to come here. You started all this shit. You just had to kill Horse Boy.
Why didn't you choose to come
You
here?
just had to kill Horse Boy. Look what you did. This is your fault. Your friends almost died. I don't know that.
This is not my fault. They would have been here anyway.
I have one last third level spell slot I can sending for Mercury. I can call us a cab.
Call a cab?
Mercury, we are in... Where the fuck are we? Bastion City?
Oh, I can pull up... You are in Bowenberg is what it's called. I'll pull up the map.
Bowenberg. Where's Bastion City from?
That's different lore.
That's not... Well...
Is that Fantasy High?
Am I gonna have to... Man, I'm gonna have to freaking change the map for next week, maybe. Because we'll see how I decide to make this fight go, but I might have to change the map and remove a location from it.
Oh my god.
Oh, Mercury, in Bowenberg School. Is there only one school in Bowenberg?
If you say Bowenberg Academy, he'll know what you mean.
Bowenberg Academy.
ASG?
Many monsters. Please come immediately. I almost died.
Shouldn't we call prophets?
Yeah, people have been saying prophets can teleport and Mercury cannot. He might be able to
Mercury
later.
is a literal cab. It will take time for him to get here and
you
the
get a
potential to
response.
die. Prophets could get us now.
You get a response, but it's gonna take him a bit to get there. He's fast considering he's traveling the continent, but not immediate.
Okay, then that didn't happen. I just called Prophets.
Okay, so
Prophets. I give the same message, but I sent it to Prophets and not Mercury.
You don't get a response.
Well, that's concerning.
Yo!
That is concerning. I am concerned. Well,
Didn't really kill Prophets.
And you know what? I think that's a good time. I think we'll end session 5 on a cliffhanger of you guys figuring out how to escape the kaiju-infested city.
Almost dead.
Almost dead. Yeah, you have not been healed at all.
That's probably the closest Goodbit has ever come to death. I mean, in this campaign, yes, but I also mean canonically in his life.
Yeah. Goodbit are in the corner holding their wounds, almost dead. Skeezable and Glib are currently screaming at each other in the middle.
I like to think SG and Goodbit are leaning on each other, we gotta get out of
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, as far as Skeezable knows, you killed the guy. He said a word, and monsters showed up.
I mean,
That's on you.
Like I will say, this is gonna be a thing. If there were witnesses, and the witnesses saw this frog man kill a notable professor at the school, and then a bunch of monsters started destroying the city. That's all that people saw.
God damn it.
You put your
And I look like an
over
amphibian. They're gonna think I did this shit. Oh no.
You put your personal vendetta over the safety of your party. That's fucked.
I don't give a shit. At this point, Glib's like, fuck it. And he's dead. That's all I care about.
So Glib got some,
closure.
Glib got some closure. And now everything in the town is going to be
At
closed.
What cost?
Well, I guess this is time to plug our stuff.
Yeah, how about after that very dramatic ending.
Prepared.
We got merch. If you want to buy t-shirts of anyone here except for Skeezville, who does not have a shirt.
I'm gonna get Skeezville's art, but art costs money. Let me put the merch link in the chat. I will also put our YouTube and our Spotify links in the chat as well. I mean, if you're here, a lot of you have probably seen the previous episodes, but if you were joining for this one for the first time, oh boy, that was an entrance for you guys, huh?
Oh, shit.
But regardless,
RIP to the person that was like, this is my first time here, and that SG died.
If you want to see,
oh my God.
If you want to see what led to all this, YouTube, Spotify, if you prefer video or audio formats, both of those are available. The Spotify page will also take you to a support link. If you want to support us, that's cool. The episodes are free. If you just click past that, it'll take you to the episode. So don't feel any pressure, but if you want to, cool. Merch, like I said. And yeah, anyone else, as usual, anyone else have anything to plug?
Alright. Hi, I'm Nikhil from TikTok. I don't know if I should even plug that.
I mean, it's on the screen.
On my TikTok bio, I have secret merch that has never been advertised outside of this D&D stream.
Really?
And then...
I did not know that part.
Well, I'm waiting to get the samples, and then I'm going to make a bunch of videos, but they got delayed, so it's only here. Also, I stream now with my partner on Sundays, so that'll be happening on the link in my bio as well.
I don't have a link to that prepped, but I do happen to know your partner's Twitch. It's this. I just put the @ in chat. In theory, it didn't work. Did it register? Hold on, let me There we go. I just put the link in chat if anyone wants. That's the Twitch page for Nikhil and his partner streams. I think I spelled it right.
Right here.
Cool.
You did.
Sweet.
All right. So yeah, if nobody has anything else, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Power Rangers episode that took a very dark turn.
Holy shit.
We'll be back next week for episode 6. Again, same time as now, so it'll be next Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. If you want to figure out how the party escapes the kaiju-infested city and deals with the repercussions of this, also, maybe why Prophet wasn't answering the phone, come back next week. It's going to be a really fun time. This is where things are starting to heat up a little bit in the campaign, as you can probably tell. But that will be it for tonight. Oh, wait, Nikhil has something?
I think Prophet is God.
You think he's dead?
Well, you said Aurelius was a god hunter, right?
You said Aurelius was a god hunter. I didn't say that. I never said that. Don't make assumptions. I never said that.
We've had Aurelius has shown up to try and murder us twice, and there is a god hunter. So even if it's not Aurelius, there is a potential that Prophet is now dead.
Weirdly upset about Prophet. And wanted the chaos power when Canyon was there.
I still feel like Kaylin has something to do with this because we have not seen Kylan since.
That is true.
The season finale.
We've not seen Kylan. Prophet isn't answering the phone. Mercury still has some weird stuff going on because no one knows this but Goodbid, but he's wanted by somebody. There's a lot of things.
Innocent.
There's a lot of things going on, but you're gonna have to wait, chat, to find out some of them next week. So thank you all for watching. We will see you then. Good night, everybody.